0110. That's 847-223-0110.
5:09. Let's get an update on what's happening on the roads this early morning. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here is Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. You have a little pre-holiday quiet right now. The expressways and tollways, there was a lot of overnight construction. At the Burns Circle, there were some ramp closures. All that has lifted. Everything is open again in that area. About I-57, it is still stop and go from Holstead to Merge. After some overnight work, it's 18 minutes from I-80 to the Rhine. Bishop Ford is well inbound, approaching the Rhine. A little bit of residual congestion, but just a brief tap of the brakes. On the outbound Rhine, there is still construction in place. 87th split. 3 left lanes are closed till 6 this morning. The other expressways and tollways are looking good. Traffic at the service of Just Tires. Just Tires is offering up to $275 in savings on a set of tires and tire installation through December 31st. You heard right, that's $275 off. Stop in, call, or go to justtires.com to schedule an appointment today. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answers starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast is a service of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. Leave your daily routine behind. Head to the Cayman Islands on United Airlines. Less than a 4-hour non-stop flight from Chicago. Award-winning 7-Mile Beach diving and more await you in the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Book your Cayman vacation at unitedvacations.com/Cayman. Here's our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Partial sunshine for today with a high 38, then becoming cloudy tonight, low 29. Cloudy skies tomorrow and tomorrow night, high tomorrow 40. Late night shower in spots tomorrow night with a low 34. Spotty drizzle for Friday, high 41. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently, we have 32 at O'Hare, 33 along Chicago's Great Lakefront. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
And finally, here's a way you can save time. Use Spot Hero anytime you park downtown. First-time users can enter promo code CITY for $10 off. Spot Hero. Park smarter.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning. Oh, we have a blessing, and I'm not just talking about the tax overhaul bill that passed in the Senate, in the wee hours of the night while you were sleeping. 51 yeas and 48 days.
It's Advent?
You're here,
Oh,
Bruce
the Advent
Wolf.
of me, yes. Thank you. Sound of two hands
So
clapping.
what time did you get in this morning? Before the Senate vote was taken or after?
I got in actually Sunday night, and then I noticed that my seat was taken.
Oh.
And so I just...
No, Sean's filled in the past 2 days, and he was very complimentary about you, and because you gave him his start in this business.
He's my Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. So how did that evolve? I mean, he said that he used to call in when you worked at the other station.
Yeah, WLS.
Yeah.
Which
We
is,
don't
which is
say those call letters.
Which is operated out of Steve Dahl's basement. I understand. That's my understanding anyway. But and I've been to Steve Dahl's basement. I actually
hear
have.
it's lovely this time of year.
I
You
have.
decorate because it's Advent season.
Yeah,
So
no, right. They decorate. Janet is very, good about that. But let's not talk about the well, they're not the competition.
No,
This is a
they're
conservative talk station.
Exactly.
I think they are too now. I'm not sure. Anyway, but that's inside baseball stuff. Anyway, and this is even more inside. Sean would call into the show, and Dan was kind of young in that business too. I don't think Dan recognized, the genius of Sean.
Right.
Dan was like, let's get to talk about value propositions and important stuff.
Exactly.
I mean,
I love value propositions. That's my hashtag.
Well, I actually, the shortened version is value prop. But that's important to get. And, Sean's this wild and crazy guy. To me, it was radio gold. And so I fostered that. He never won the contest to be the.
He didn't?
That they, would have like a. What is the show host for a night or maybe even got a show, I forgot, but we had this contest every year. He never won it because I don't think the powers that be liked him. I liked him. and he's very good. And he's got and Dan and Sean and I have substituted for you and Dan when you're down in
Right, Mexico.
Puerto Havarti cheese. I forgot where it is, or Disney Mexico.
No,
Cancun,
this year
you know.
we're going, yes, to Riviera Maya.
Is that Cancun?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Riviera Maya is a suburb of
I've been
Cancun.
I've been to a suburb of Cancun.
It is.
It's like
So
Skokie.
it goes
Yeah.
Cancun, Riviera Maya, Playa del Carmen, and then there's Akumal and Tulum, which is kind of like Joliet to the Chicago. If you know what I mean.
That's really deep. That's a
It is.
deep
No,
knowledge of
Yeah,
the
I've been there
suburbs.
so many times.
Have you really?
Yeah, and then there was that horrible bus accident yesterday
Oh,
when people were going to the ruins. They're on their way.
did not.
Did-
I followed Jim Telemonte with the traffic here, but
Yeah.
not in the traffic in Cancun or the suburbs there.
Or the
They're-
suburb. No,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
bad. 12 people died that we know of, and
Oh.
7 Americans hurt. 2
Oh.
Swedes
Well, that's to
were
me.
injured.
I can't stand we've had your friend whose name I forget right now because
He's
to
my
talk-
dad?
No,
No,
the
which-
guy who was in here to talk about the charity that.
Oh,
we're
Todd
involved in.
Chapman, the
Yeah.
plank guy.
Right. He's great.
I love him.
And he shouldn't be insulted because, in my dotage, I can't remember names anymore, barely my own. But I mentioned that when I had gone to Jamaica, and I can't stand the bus ride from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios because it's too bumpy. I mean, I can't even do.
You're such a chick.
I
I
can't,
love you.
I can't do
I love you.
push-ups anymore. Certainly not male push-ups because
Yes,
I
you
get dizzy.
can.
I get dizzy.
Really?
There's an equilibrium problem or something.
so you have vertigo.
Whatever.
Possibly.
It is. Anyway, Sean,
Yes,
get-
to
to
close
get-
this out.
to close out this
This
distraction, which is Sean. Sean, I said we got to have him on all the time, and then he became this radio monster. He's got his own show here.
Yes,
on AM
Saturday
560
nights
The Answer.
from 10 to 11.
And he's invading my turf, being the permanent substitute host with you. So
Okay. We have to work on our song, though, because
We
if,
sure
if
do, yeah.
you guys are just joining us, not familiar with the way Bruce and I work,
Mm-hmm.
during Christmas, during Advent, on the Friday before, the last show of the year,
Sure.
we always do a Christmas number.
Right.
We sang
This is like
Silver
14
Bells.
years that we've
Oh,
done
yeah.
this.
Well,
yes.
yeah. 2 or 3, 14. We've sang Silver Bells, and last year we sang the Roofie song.
Yeah.
I
Which, by
really
the way,
can't stay.
I really can't stay.
Baby. No, that's my line.
Whatever.
Then you go, baby, it's cold
Baby,
out.
it's cold.
Maybe we could do it this year, and I have the male part. and you have
That's
the
what I
girl-
would love. I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I must get away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Well, actually, I read
oh, that's too deep.
I read a story about that. People used to think it's like a roofie song, but it's actually slut shaming.
Oh,
That's what
well,
it is.
that's better.
So now we could do the whole slut shaming interpretation of Baby It's
during
Cold
our
Outside.
men behaving badly segment.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, we'll be talking about taxes and how much you're going to have to pay Uncle Sam. But we got a little tip for everybody that's listening to this program right now. Pay your property taxes early next year. We'll hear from Maria Pappas and the Will County attorney as well. You can turn on your mic. But first, here's your forecast.
Can I take a guess as to why you should pay your taxes early?
No, shh, it's a tease.
Oh,
Shh, don't tell
you don't get the deduction anymore? You don't get the deduction? Today, partly sunny and colder. A high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy. Low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy. High of 40. Low tomorrow night, 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle. That used to be my radio name. High of 41. Low Friday night of 30. Now for checking traffic, I'm going to intuit this. I'm going to guess. It is Jim Telemonte. Thank you, Mike Scott.
It is. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Mike. Things are pretty quiet for the most part here, anyway, on I-57. A little heavy from 103rd to the Ryan. There was some overnight work. That's about a 2-minute delay. Inbound Bishop Ford, sluggish. Cottage Grove to the Rhine. At the moment, show a travel time of 16 minutes. 80-94 to the Rhine, so that's just a 1-minute delay. Edens, Kennedy are fine. Same goes for the Eisenhower and the Stevenson. Outbound Ryan, there's some road work. 87th split, 3 left lanes. Tollways are clear. No problems to report in northwest Indiana or on the rails right now. Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Safety. It's so important at your industrial facility. You need to keep your personnel safe and meet OSHA requirements. One problem with your ladders, platforms, or safety guards, and you could be facing costly fines. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to keep your employees safe.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. As a business owner, I realize the importance of keeping my employees safe, and I'm here to offer my expertise. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor uniquely equipped to design, fabricate, and install safety equipment, including walkways, handrails, stairways, and machinery guards. Our Vans Industrial team can inspect existing systems, engineer solutions, fabricate quality goods, and install them with trained pros, all making a safer environment for your employees.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free inspection of your facility. Interested in what else they do? Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS industrial.com. Quality craftsmanship since 1964.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. In 2018, the GOP's continued standing as the majority party will turn on the participation of culturally anxious voters, the people who appreciate the distinctions between liberty and libertinism, the people who understand the implications of erasing the lines between decency and indecency, the people who are respectful of the time, money, and lives of others, the people who recognize identity politics for the cultural poison that it is, the people who still talk of men and women without the cisgender modifier, the people whose lives are defined by the love of family and friends, not the popularity of a hashtag campaign, the people who will listen to rather than shout down an opposing viewpoint, the people who see things for what they are rather than redefine them through a distorted political lens, the people who believe in being their brother's keeper but don't believe they should be forced to be a sugar daddy. It won't be a single issue. It's not going to be a question of one accomplishment or one failure. It'll turn on whether or not Republicans let cultural Marxists run roughshod over people in their offices, their churches, and their kids' schools. The GOP's majority status will turn on its ability to serve as political Xanax to the culturally anxious.
AM 560, The Answer.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA. Hold on there, honey. There you go. Now your headphones are on.
I didn't want to turn this into a technical workshop. Pardon my Eddie Schwartz, but I couldn't hear a thing.
The tax bill, yes.
Yes.
It was passed yesterday. There was a little bit of a surprise snafu.
Uh-huh.
You know, it was a technical issue. It's a procedural hiccup, as they say. So it's, it went past the Senate last night. So it passed the House. Then they had that snafu. And then it went to the Senate about 3 hours ago. It passed on the Senate floor, and there was cheering.
Fox News? Can I rip Fox News right now?
Why?
Because Brett Baer is such a nerd.
Well, that's all right.
No, but he
nerds
went
are
into
hot now.
He went are they? He went into the weeds on this. I mean, you're just
Oh, the weeds on this technical snafu?
Yeah, on the technical stuff, which, come on.
Okay, was that already? Or was it, I'll try to out-nerd Brett Baer. A handful of obscure provisions that don't meet Senate rules. So now they're taken out. They were taken out last night, a few hours ago. Now the House votes on it again. President Trump wants to have all the Republicans over to the White House for a big celebration.
Wunderbar.
Pardon?
Wunderbar. It's great.
Wunderbar.
Yes.
But, we're going to have Peter Roskam, Congressman Roskam's going to be joining us at 7:07 a.m. You're not going to want to miss that, to break this down a little bit more. But I personally, I don't know yet. And I called my accountant yesterday. Am I going to lose money on this? Am I going to gain money? I will get money because of the child tax credit went from $1,000 to $2,000.
Oh, okay.
So that's an automatic boost. But I can't claim both because I'm divorced. I claim one child.
Talk about getting into the weeds here.
Well,
okay. What's your Social Security number? I mean, gee whiz.
Well, no. But
and why don't I get a greater? How come I don't get a retroactive child tax credit or whatever you call it? I mean, we had 5 kids, but they're all grown. I mean,
what about
what about a
grandkids?
retro thing for me? Well, you know what? You know
why
what?
don't you
You're not
take in
taking away
foster
my
kids?
Social Security. Oh, foster kids. Who do you think I am? Michelle Bachmann? With her 23. I have a house husband. Who watches our 5 kids while I'm a congresswoman and a tax attorney. And
well, one of the key issues in the sweeping GOP tax bill is the itemized deduction for property taxes, state and local taxes.
Right.
So the bill puts a cap, on homeowners scrambling.
$10,000 on the
$10,000. Yeah. So people in Will County.
How much do you pay in property taxes? Can I ask? As long as we're getting into.
Well, I'll tell you off. I'll tell you on the DL. It needs to down low. But in Will County, so listen to this.
I don't understand that.
In Will County,
disabled list.
They've already prepaid their taxes, $1.5 million.
Now the floodgates are open because they see that deduction being ceilinged. So now we're getting the we've never had calls like this.
Yeah, and guess Maria Pappas, very busy. Did you see her new hairdo yesterday?
When she pitched that almost perfect game against San Diego for the Cubs on September the 2nd, 1972, I mean, Bruce Fleming, what he did to her, I mean, she could have been the first woman to throw a perfect game. Oh, my God.
People living in Cook County have prepaid their taxes just in the last week, $16 million.
Oh.
$16 million. Here she is. She's a great hitter.
A lot of people want to prepay in light of what they think is happening in Washington. No one's quite sure yet, but in light of what they think is going to happen in Washington.
In DuPage County, $6.9 million has come in already. In Lake County, you live in Lake County, don't you? Oh my gosh, are you north of Lake County?
You're the one who talks about your private life on the air. I'm a closed book, okay?
Okay, father of five.
I think I live in Lake County. I think I live in Wisconsin. Why don't we take the money?
In Lake County.
Why don't we take the money? Hey, the folks at home should guess, whose snort is it? Is this Amy's snort or is it my snort? Okay. We got snort radio for you.
Hey, Giggle Snort Hotel.
All right, what they
in
should
Lake
do
County, the treasurer reports they've received $12 million so far, compared to
So
normally they get
we
$2.5
should
million
take
who
the
prepay
early-
their taxes.
Illinois is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
We take this early money that we've gotten, we put it on 23 on the roulette wheel at the casino, and roll the dice. You should pardon the mixed metaphor right there. And maybe make more money, and we can pay all our bills that way. Take advantage of this situation, Illinois. See, that's why not Jeannie Ives, not Bruce Rauner, not that fat Democrat.
With no neck. You know what he looks like? He looks like a blown up Rod Blagojevich. I mean, he looks so uncomfortable. You can unbutton the top button.
Pritzker.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You anti-Semitic shiksa. I mean,
What
it's
is he?
unbelievable. Yeah, he's a Jew.
I didn't know
Pritzker.
that. And don't
Yeah.
say that word.
What?
You say they're Jewish. I hate when people say the word. It's so insulting. It is. It insults me, and I'm not even Jewish. I'm Jewish. I'm not Jewish.
Anyway, that's what we should do with the money.
Mike, Christmas sweater. Do you have something to say?
No, I was just saying to myself, I wonder if people understand the repercussions of that, because if they're prepaying the property taxes, have they checked the whole bill first? Second, doesn't it say something that if the majority of those people who are prepaying their taxes have tax bills over $10,000, they're already prepaying? It shows you what property tax bills are in the state.
Totally.
In the state of Illinois.
We should
Don't be the person who says, well, in a panic, I better pay that because I'm not going to be able to deduct it. How about you call your congressperson and say, hey, how about lowering my tax bill?
We should read the rolls of property taxes on the air.
Well, we've already tried that.
That's
have?
what Dan Proft does.
Yeah, we've tried that.
No,
I didn't know that. See, all
we've
great
tried
minds
that.
seem on the same track. Because we should point out to people. We should point out to people that they have to pay a lot
In
of
general.
property taxes, and we should read that to everybody.
And we shouldn't read that, no.
No, come
No.
on.
Why
Let's,
No.
let's go to Ed, who joins us from Oak Brook. Good morning,
All right.
Ed. How are you?
You know what? I'm unhappy, and I'm going to be punching the hell out of a punching bag today at the health club when Ross comes on. But there's a few questions I have for him, and that is, why did they lower the corporate rate to such a low level? They couldn't go to 25%. Why did they take the personal exemption away? And why did they have to take actually the SALT, or the state and local income tax? Because living in Oak Brook or anywhere decent in this state, even Cook County, people are going to get killed because their taxes are way higher
Right,
than
Ed-
10,000. I know in Oak Brook they're way higher.
Yeah, Ed, do you want me to give
what?
you the answer? You want me to give you the answer? Which our
I
Roscom
don't
is.
need the answer. I
No, I'm
want
asking
to
him those
come up with
questions.
Some kind of a solution, because you're not going to be able to do anything. Why did this Roscom go for it? And it's only going until 2025. That's another thing I don't understand. You know what? I'm just going to go crazy on that day today.
You're
Ed, be careful
make,
driving.
Make sure you hit the left. Use the left more. You use the right way too much. You don't rely on your left when you hit that punching bag. I got the answer for him.
Well, I'm going to ask Congressman
No,
Roscoe. this,
Roscom's
but
going to
yeah.
give you the the standard
I know.
orthodox.
All right, what's-
the answer is, hey, stop subsidizing all this garbage in the state of Illinois. Start putting the screws to the public sector unions. Have a constitutional amendment so that you don't have to pay all this money to these teachers who are robbing you blind right now.
There's
Do
some
that.
there's some really good writing, very intelligent writing on why this tax bill was crafted the way it was. It was crafted as a political tool because New Jersey, New York, Illinois, California, Massachusetts are all hurt dramatically by this bill in terms of how it impacts people who pay taxes in those blue states, Minnesota, and it is a boon to people in red states.
Right.
So, and again, people much smarter than me who have really gone into this.
Like
look
I
at this,
am.
and
I'm
it's
much smarter than you are, and I'm
absolutely.
going to tell you this. Here's
It's
the
a
thing.
political tool.
No, of course it's a political tool, but there's a reason behind it. Now it's a conservative myth to say that the red states are subsidizing the blue states. They're not, because Illinois is a donor state. Illinois pays more
we pay
out
more.
than it gets back in, and the red states take in more. On the other hand, you know, you want to have this largesse in the state of Illinois where you're giving these teachers all this money and you're giving everybody all this money. Well, go ahead and do it, but don't do it on the dime of the federal government, which is what you're doing. So I tell Mr. Oakbrook, you know, punch below the belt as well. Don't just punch the bag today.
Food for the poor. We are getting closer to reaching our goal of feeding 3,000 kids in Haiti and Guatemala, helping those in Puerto Rico, get them some portable generators this year for Christmas because it is the season of giving. Business benefactors, we only have 5 slots left. To become a business benefactor, what do you need to do, Bruce Wolf?
Well, I'll tell you. And first of all, I think I have the clout here to make it 7 or 8 slots left. That's how much clout I have. You know what you have to do, Amy, is you have to find the sheet that says what you do.
Well, it's a $2,500
Of course it
tax
is.
deductible donation. Did I say tax deductible?
And I'll bet you can call Michael Mann.
At 847-871-1527. With that $2,500, all of the money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thanks, we give you 41-minute commercials that will air right here on AM 560. So be a business benefactor. List is filling up. We have some new ones. Archer Tax and Accounting, iMorph Smart Technologies, Midwest Companies, Joe Cotton Ford, just to name a few. So be like the cool kids and help the children this holiday season. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, remember that woman who admitted to having an affair with married Matt Lauer? Well, now she's being bullied. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
30 degrees, cloudy skies, and the Republican tax cut bill is headed back to the House after winning approval in the Senate overnight.
The ayes are 51. The nays are 48.
Vice President Mike Pence calling the vote. The House already passed a final bill, but it's coming back because the Senate had to fix a couple of procedural snags based on Senate rules, one which punishes homeschoolers. The House expected to vote again today.
Workers are going to get a more level playing field. That's going to boost wages. That's going to bring more jobs back home.
FreedomWorks Vice President of Legislative Affairs, Jason Pye, agrees and says those who take the standard deduction will see the government take less of their money.
All the estimates we have right now say that most people will continue to claim the standard deduction, probably upwards of 80, maybe even upwards of 90% will continue to claim the standard deduction. They're going to see a lowering of their rates and benefit from it.
However, Center for American Progress research associate Alex Roll says the bill is a boon only for the upper class.
Remember, the 1% is going to bring home about $51,000 more in the first year from the bill. But if you look at somebody earning $20 to $30K a year, it's $180. $40 to $50K a year, $570.
Protesters in the Senate Visitors Gallery interrupted that final Senate vote several times. They were removed by Capitol Police. More firefighters from Sacramento and other parts of California are heading south to try and battle the Thomas Fire in Southern California as Santa Ana winds kick up again this midweek.
We can go either 14 days out on the line, or we can go 21 days if the situation deems that necessary. However, in our situation, we were there for the 14 days.
Joe Garza with Sacramento Fire says he and about 144 more firefighters are headed to the front lines. That fire only about 50% contained. And again, as we said, those winds are kicking up again. Cardinal Bernard Law, central figure in the Catholic Church's sex abuse scandal, has died. Law died in Rome following a long illness at the age of 86. He resigned in disgrace from the Boston Archdiocese in 2002. The NTSB moving forward with its investigation into Monday's deadly Amtrak train derailment in Washington State. Investigator Bella Dinzar.
We have to look at the entire territory to see, what was happening in the moments before the accident. And we hope the event data recorders will help us with that, as well as interviews with the crew.
A preliminary review shows that train's emergency brake was automatically, not manually, activated. A 6-year-old girl is safe. taken by her mother over the weekend in Oak Park. Zoe Stegmeyer was kidnapped by Wendy Jarvis during a court-supervised visit at a local restaurant Saturday. Jarvis was arrested in Farmington Hills, Michigan, is being held in the Oakland County Jail near Detroit. Chicago police are questioning a man after a 5-year-old boy accidentally shot himself in the hand on the south side. And Chicago aviation officials tell us this morning more than 5.2 million travelers will pass through O'Hare and Midway this holiday season. No Bears selected for the Pro Bowl. Bulls look to continue their miraculous turnaround. It is a Christmas miracle. They take on the Magic tonight at the United Center. The news service of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. Leave your daily routine behind and head to the Cayman Islands on United Airlines. Less than a 4-hour nonstop flight from Chicago. Award-winning 7 Mile Beach, diving, and more await you in the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Book your Cayman vacation at unitedvacations.com/Cayman. 5:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Right now with Galaxy. Buy one cabinet, get one free. Visit us online at galaxyhome.com to schedule your free in-home estimate. Save an additional $500 when you book right now.
Hey, Craig and Leslie here from In the Know. The end is near. No, not doom and gloom. The end of the year is almost here. What does that mean, Leslie?
New Year's resolutions? The desire to make changes?
Absolutely. So right now is the perfect time to plan ahead. Why wait? Make a resolution now to meet with our team at Wealth Management Group.
Make an appointment today at investwithwmg.com. That's investwithwmg.com. And listen to In the Know Sunday mornings at 10 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Winter's almost here, and you'll need a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. Look no further. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They're not one of those massive impersonal companies with inexperienced technicians and subcontractors. Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling sends only their own highly skilled technicians. From service to installation and everything in between, their work quality and customer service is the best. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling keeps homes and businesses comfy and warm. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. Mention AM 560 and receive 20% off your first service call. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
Truck drivers. Weinstein Wholesale Meats is offering an attractive employment package for Class A, CDL regional, and over-the-road drivers. Based on experience, $1,600 per week, plus $2,500 sign-on bonus and great benefits, including a new 2018 truck to drive. Now you can work for a successful, growing, family-owned Chicago company. Call John for more information at 708-405-5023 or go to WeinsteinMeats.com.
5:37. Let's get a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. It's all clear on the Edens right now. The Kennedy just fine as well. No delays yet on the Eisenhower. On Stevenson, congested Harlem to Central and Pulaski to Kedzie. 36 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound fine at 34. Inbound Ryan, stop and go Canalport to the Burn Circle. It's a 5-minute delay. Outbound looks good, though there's road work at 87th with 3 left lanes. I-57 is now clear. Vision Ford heavy starting around the Stony Island feeder. 23 minutes, 80-94 to the merge. Tollways are all good. No problems to report on I-80 or in Northwest Indiana. Traffic, service of Just Tires. Just Tires is offering up to $275 in savings on a set of tires and tire installation through December 31st. You heard right, that's $275 off. Stop in, call, or go to justtires.com to schedule an appointment today. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny and colder today, high of 38. Currently, 31 at O'Hare. Your next news update is at 6 with breaking news coverage as it happens. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in with Amy this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
If you're talking about it, I'll be talking about it. Dennis Prager here. Join me this morning at 11 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
312-642-5600 is our number. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Bruce Wolf here.
Hi.
Hi. How are you, Bruce?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Oh, look, we're going to talk like this. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm swell.
We have a big show. Congressman Peter Roskam joins us at 7:07 to ask why they didn't lower the corporate tax rate to 25%. And why the personal exemption went away and all that. Because I feel like we're here in Illinois, we're getting a little
we're getting
screwed.
the shaft.
We're getting the shaft.
We are.
Can I say that on the air?
You must.
Getting
It's
screwed.
mandatory.
Yes.
But it's good that we're getting the shaft because we
Why?
deserve it. We're a blue state, and we should be a red state. So maybe this will chasten us.
Okay. Sexual harassment, bad boy segment coming early today. Normally we do this in the 7 o'clock hour, Bruce. But Matt Lauer's accuser, do you remember her? Do you remember
Well, there's
this
a number of
sweet
them.
little Yes, exactly.
Which one is this?
This is one that I should know her name. And
You don't have to give her name. But
Well, no, because she came forward and was it on Variety.com and talked about how she had a consensual relationship with Matt Lauer.
Is this Addie Collins-Zanone,
This
a
is
former
why I love
NBC
you.
News production assistant?
Yes, that's
She had a
her.
month-long sexual relationship, which is like 3 times as long as his usual one.
Well,
As
she
far
was
as I
24
understand.
years old.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
obsessed with the Today Show, wrote Katie Couric a letter. Katie Couric said, job shadow me for a day.
How old was
then
he?
that led to an internship. And she lived in the Salvation Army woman's wing because she had no money. And as an intern, she wasn't getting paid, but she really wanted to break into broadcasting.
Sure.
So she had this consensual relationship out of the blue right before she was going to leave to go to West Virginia to start her own career. Matt Lauer approached her and they had a relationship. He had just gotten married for the second time and they'd have sex in the dressing rooms and in the green room and whatever room that nobody else was in. But since coming forward and telling her story, now she's getting bullied.
What is happening to me right now on social media and some of the comments is exactly why we don't speak out. Because I'm being labeled a homewrecker, and I'm being labeled a whore, and an attention seeker.
Well, she said she came out just to, to make the other women feel okay that, he really is a bad guy. This is what he did.
The two are not mutually exclusive. I mean, she can be a bad girl, and he can be a bad guy. I mean, she
Right.
was a bad girl, and
She was
he's
a
a total
homewrecker. But she said she had no choice because he was in a position of power.
Well, wait,
I was so naive, and the most important, influential man at NBC News, who I idolized, was now flattering me, and he knew I was good prey, and I fell for it.
And so she went to West Virginia to start her career, gets home from work. The National Enquirer reporter is on her driveway. And she freaked out. She emailed Matt Lauer and said, hey, just letting you know. And he emailed her back, who did you tell? Why didn't you keep your mouth shut?
Just now?
And that was the last correspondence they ever had. This is back when this affair happened in 2002.
Oh, right, back then.
Yeah.
This is 17. Well, apparently she's hid her story for 17 years. Yeah, I mean, she was a bad girl. This was in his 40s. He was on his second marriage. And, that's love makes the world go round. Isn't that wonderful?
If these women are being doubted,
They're
and
not.
people need to see proof
They're not.
to believe what these women are alleging,
Attention-seeking
then
strumpet.
I'm the proof.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
She's hired an attorney, and they're
Oh,
claiming.
come
Are you
on.
ready
Lisa
for this?
Bloom? Has she hired Lisa Bloom?
No, she has not hired Lisa Bloom. The attorney claims that NBC is not doing enough to protect her. Now, I'm sorry. She went to Variety.com to tell her story. Now she's on NBC exclusively telling her
She
story.
wants attention.
I don't know.
Yeah, she never made it. I mean, what does she do now? Is she married? Does she have
Yeah,
family?
she's married. Yep.
She has a family.
No,
So
all right. So she quit broadcasting because she was so.
because she had no
shaken.
talent.
No,
Yeah.
I watched some of her tapes. Okay. She wasn't.
You checked her resume. Her
did.
resume real.
I did. She's
You're
very good
weird.
looking. But you know what? She served. So she joined the Army and she had 2 tours in Iraq. And then she started in
Did
the
she
media,
lose a
the
limb?
Army media
She
program.
want to run for the Senate? What
Seriously?
I
Did you seriously just say that?
delete tweet. So
So now she has this program with her husband, and they play video games. So people that are stationed overseas play video games against athletes.
Can I ask you a question?
Xbox, yes, sir.
Does she have a family? Does she have kids? Does she have a husband?
Yes, sir.
So she's brought attention onto herself and her family, and she didn't really need to do that. What
No,
about
sir.
discretion? She's still that kid that she was 17 years ago, an attention-seeking strumpet.
Wow. Congress paid out
Sorry.
$115,000 in sexual harassment claims.
That's all?
From 2008 to 2012.
That's nothing.
Well, it was part of the request from the OOC for a breakdown of the $17 million that has been paid
Yeah.
out.
It's
so we don't
nothing.
know who, but one claim was worth $115,000. Another claim for $85,000. Another one for $10,000, and another one for $20,000.
That's chump change like Chris Matthews' producer got.
But
I think they gave her an extra week's vacation pay.
Yeah, what happened with Chris Matthews' producer?
Yeah, Chris Matthews said, "Hey, you give me a thrill at my leg or something."
A tingling
like that.
feeling at my
I'm
leg.
sorry. That's how he
Yes.
described Obama.
Uh-huh.
But this is metastasized. There's a legitimate claim that many women have. But for example, are you familiar with Mark Watts, who was Diane Burns' ex-husband?
Oh, yes.
From Channel
No, I've met
2?
him a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he became an agent, and then apparently he was an executive at the NFL Network, and this was in Deadspin the other day. Apparently, he may have done some things that were wrong, but among the things that he's accused of is of talking about women who didn't even work at his station in a derogatory way, and somehow that is sexual harassment.
Come on.
Every man in the world is going to be guilty of sexual harassment.
It's got to be hard to be a guy. It has got to be hard.
Fortunately, I'm not.
Because you're
Thank
transitioning.
God. Transitioning? That is an insult. I'm already there.
Chris Christie, the big man, how's that lap band surgery doing? Was on. Who was
My
that?
God.
With MSNBC's Nicole Wallace, and she asked him about President Trump's accusers and why, because he kept saying, remember during the campaign, when I become president, I'm going to go after all of you 19 ladies for saying that I sexually harassed you or there's sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
Here's the big guy. It's a glandular problem.
I think that he became president. I think if he hadn't become president, he probably would have sued them, knowing him. I think that's what he would have done. I think once he became president, that Don McGahn and others probably looked at him and said, let's not get preoccupied with this stuff. You won. Let's get to work. So I think what it shows is a certain level of cooling down of his natural instinct. Because if you look at Donald Trump over his entire career, suing people has never been a problem for him.
Even suing people who actually have a case. Because some of these women have to have a case against Donald Trump. Not all of them. Even the one that Lisa Bloom represented.
Yeah.
I'm certain that he did grope. Doesn't he look like a groper to you? He looks like a groper.
Everybody's a little handsy
No,
sometimes.
they're not. I'm not.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I got a job following fat people around with a tuba. Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, a 25-year-old embryo is born. Oh, that percolated for a long time.
I didn't realize I was on National Enquirer radio here.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll talk taxes. Just listen.
Really?
Yeah,
I want
at
to know what my
6.
property taxes are for crying out loud.
You don't know what your property taxes are?
Well, I rent, for one thing. And I haven't signed my own name to anything. And if I tried to sign my name to my income taxes, I'd be accused of forgery right now by the federal government. I don't even have a signature anymore. My wife does everything. That's how it is.
But you're going to do the weather now, not your wife.
If I feel like it. Today, partly sunny and colder, high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40, low tomorrow night 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41, low Friday night of 30. Now for a check of traffic, if he wants to do it. Jim Telemonte.
I'll be happy to. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Amy. Kennedy's just fine right now. Still no delays there. The Eden's clear as well. About Eisenhower, little tight 25th Avenue to Des Plaines Avenue. It's 31 minutes, 390 to downtown. Up on fine at 29. About Stevenson, scattered delays starting around Harlem. 39 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound fine at 34. Ryan is 20 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57 just fine. Bishop Ford, 5 minutes worth of delays. 115th in the merge. Tollway still good. Northwest Indiana, delay free. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Famous conservative quotes, presented by Automated Systems.
The great General George S. Patton once said, "It is better to fight for something than to live for nothing." Now there is timeless advice for everybody and a reminder of the danger of complacency.
It's important we support companies that share our conservative values. If you are a manufacturer, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. As a software and systems integration company, Automated Systems creates custom solutions to make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. It doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, Automated Systems delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you, man, to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit automatedsys.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. Stay warm this winter. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for winter storms and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
Federal, state, and excise tax matters are serious and need to be addressed, not ignored. You don't need scare tactics to know procrastination can lead to severe consequences. You need a tax solution partner who will provide an honest assessment of your unique situation and help implement a strategy that fits your circumstances. You need Tax Relief Inc. They've helped hundreds of satisfied customers like Mary.
Through a series of unfortunate circumstances, I found myself owing over $40,000 in back taxes. Tax Relief Inc. was able to negotiate an offer and compromise for $2,400 payable in 3 installments. I never would have been able to reach a settlement like this with the IRS. Thanks, Tax Relief Inc.
Ready for your tax problem relief? Deal directly with owner Joe Shadle of Tax Relief Inc. No salesperson or middleman, just an honest, local, and dependable partner to assist you with the resolution of your tax matter. Call Joe now for a free, no-obligation consultation at 630-655-1040. That's 630-655-1040. Or go to taxreliefinc.com.
Here at HealthQuest, our high standard of healthcare doesn't come from a sickness care perspective, and neither should yours. And if you're not as healthy as you should be and you're sick and tired of those health challenges, please call us. As we say here at HealthQuest, don't just stand there, do something. Do something good for yourself. Just this one time. This is Dr. David Kobaba. If you're like me and my wonderful HealthQuest staff, well, we know how much you love helping others in this challenging world of ours. Now, if you could raise your level of health and wellness, well then you could be of greater service to those you know and love. What a great perspective, but you've got to put this intention into action. So just don't stand there. Do something. Call our HealthQuest radio hotline right now, 1-800-794-1855. Do it now for yourself and a better future with higher health. 1-800-794-1855.
AM 560. The Answer.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Don't be a Grinch this Christmas and give to those less fortunate than yourself. Of course, we're talking about Food for the Poor. They're a 4-star on Charity Navigator. We've vetted them properly. We know that 95 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to those in need.
How does the Clinton Foundation rank? By
Clinton Foundation
Navigator?
doesn't. Yeah, I don't even think. I think it might have been yanked from that. Nobody's donating to the Clinton Foundation
Why not anymore?
Because there's no political paybacks, Bruce.
Can I just tell you a quick thing about that, though?
Tell me.
It's not like there was ever really a quid pro quo I mean, Hillary and Bill were kind of like Max Bialy stock in the producers. They didn't really give you anything necessarily. They just gave you the opportunity to stand with them. So if you were the Sultan of Brunei, you could say, "Hey, look, I'm doing. Look who I'm standing next to. She's going to be president someday," and that would give you some cachet with the people that you deal with. But Hillary, there was not always a smoking gun there, but there might have been a smoking gun in some cases.
So we're asking for a one-time donation of $50. Go to 560theanswer.com/food. And then you can also be a business benefactor. Who are some of the companies that have signed up to be business benefactors?
Fathom Media, KP Toffee, Cafe Salsa and Countryside, Chicagoland Mold Docks, Elgin Recycling, and Latoria Brothers Construction.
So we have 5 spots left, maybe 4 spots left. You want to get on this today. You want to call Michael Mann. Here's the deal, $2,500, tax deductible. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 one-minute commercials. I mean, we've had explosive growth here at the station the past 2 years, and the growth continues, and we reach a sophisticated, upscale audience of decision makers. And these people that business owners, it's people that business owners want to reach with their marketing messages, to take their business to the next level. It's a great way of...
This is a sophisticated show.
Well,
except when I'm on.
No, that's not true, except when I'm in charge. So call Michael Mann at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Squirrely is a hard-working squirrel that enjoys life to the fullest, eager to take on new challenges and experiences alongside Starlet, his soulmate, and the love of his life. Read Squirrely the Squirrel and Starlet and see the world through the eyes of a newborn squirrel. You'll delight in the antics of Squirrely, Starlet, and their little family. A heartwarming adventure that teaches family values. Beautifully illustrated, a great story-time read. Squirrely the Squirrel and Starlet from Larry Friend. Available now at litfirepublishing.com. You will fall in love with Icy the Iceberg, the new, highly original children's book from Larry Friend. Follow Icy on his incredible journey, beginning his life as a sparkling snowflake and emerging as a beautiful blue floating iceberg. Icy the Iceberg is a joy for parents and kids alike. Experience together the fun creatures Icy encounters along his journey from snowflake to iceberg and back to snowflake. Kids will learn the complexities of the water cycle in a way they'll really enjoy. Icy the Iceberg, available now at litfirepublishing.com.
5:56 and a check of the roads this morning in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Just a few minutes ago, I said the Kennedy was fine. It's not anymore. We see inbound delays first from Cumberland to Foster, and then from Chicago Avenue to Ohio. There's a crash near Ohio blocking the left lane. It's 30 minutes from O'Hare to downtown. That number's rising quickly. Outbound still good. The Edens is delay-free. Eisenhower inbound. Heavy 25th to Harlem. Racine to the Burns Circle. 34 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 29. Stevenson, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 21 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, 21 minutes, 8094 to the Merge. Got a crash at the Stony Island Theater on the left shoulder. Tollway still okay. Northwest Indiana as well. Traffic is a service of Ergodyne Tenacious Work Gear. Feeling that Windy City chill? Get worker-approved and preferred Ergodyne warming gear for you and your crew, built for professional-grade performance no matter the weather. Find it today at your nearest Chicagoland Home Depot store. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues after a full update from Fox News and your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today, partly sunny, high 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy with a low 29. Cloudy tomorrow, high 40. Then remaining cloudy at night. A late night shower in spots with a low tomorrow night 34. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 31 at O'Hare. The news, a service of Liberty Mutual Insurance. From weather to traffic and news and everything in between, you have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance should not be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. 5:59. Here are the stories we're following this morning on AM 560. The Answer: a 6-year-old girl is safe after she was taken by her mother over the weekend in Oak Park. Zoe Stegmeyer was kidnapped by Wendy Jarvis during a court-supervised visit last Saturday. The girl and her mother were found in suburban Detroit. Authorities are investigating the deaths of 2 infants on Chicago's South Side. A 3-month-old boy died Monday morning. A 3-month-old girl passed away early yesterday. City's Inspector General wants to know why so many Chicago police vehicles are in the shop. The Inspector General is planning a major audit. And a Maryland man has pleaded guilty in Chicago in federal court for running a hacker-for-hire service that shut down websites and impacted people around the world. No Bears selected for the Pro Bowl. Bulls look to continue their turnaround when they take on the Magic tonight. More Bruce and Amy after Fox. WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
President Trump says it'll be a Christmas gift. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
On this vote, the ayes are 51, the nays are 48.
Vice President Pence after the Senate passed tax reform after midnight with no Democrat support, but it's not a done deal quite yet. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, procedural flaws in the House's vote mean the chamber has to vote again today, but Republicans say they're not worried about it. House Speaker Paul Ryan in the celebratory mood.
A promise that this majority made, that is a promise this majority is keeping.
Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders called the legislation
a great victory for the very wealthy campaign contributors.
President Trump tweeting in the middle of the night that the White House is planning a news conference after the House vote. Dave.
Rachel, Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe had a long day. Questioned for nearly 8 hours in private at the House Intelligence Committee. Republicans think there's anti-Trump bias at the FBI.
It's just the latest development in the controversy around text exchange between FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, who worked on Robert Mueller's Russia probe, as well as links between DOJ officials like Bruce Orr and Fusion GPS, which created that anti-Trump dossier.
Fox's Todd Pyro. A nightmare of a cruise ship excursion in Mexico. A bus taking passengers to the Mayan ruins flipped over on a narrow road. Americans may be among the 12 dead. 20 others are injured, including 7 from the U.S., a local tourism secretary says.
They have been moved in other centers for the state, and at this time 6 of them are in Tulum, and 7 of them are in a hospital in Chetumal.
A Roman Catholic cardinal's died. Bernard Law, who while Archbishop of Boston was caught up in the church's child sex abuse scandal, accused of sending priests who were accused of abuse to different parishes.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
That's Alexa McPherson, who was a child sex abuse victim. Law was 86. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
It's one of the hottest gifts this Christmas season. We're talking about Alexa from Amazon. Maybe you already have yours, or maybe you're hoping Santa will bring you one for Christmas. Either way, whenever you want to listen to AM 560 The Answer on your Alexa device, it's easy. All you have to say is, Alexa, play The Answer, Chicago. That's it. And it works on all Alexa devices, the Echo Dot, and Amazon Show. So now, Alexa will really have all the answers you need.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
The number one fear amongst retirees today is running out of money in retirement. And that's with good reason, because the last thing you want to be is 75 years old, full of life, and flat broke. Hi, this is Tom Fortino, host of the Alpha Wealth Hour, heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on AM 560. Today, we're living longer than ever before, so your retirement savings has to last 2, 3, even 4 decades. So how do you safely generate more income in retirement without risking everything you've worked for in the stock market? And what can you do to help ensure you never run out of money in retirement? The answer's in our free retirement income planning packet. It's packed full of little-known strategies on how to generate income in retirement, getting the most from Social Security, minimize taxes, and reduce the risk of outliving your income. You don't need to take unnecessary risks to generate income in retirement, and I'll prove it to you. You have a lot more options to generate income in retirement. You just didn't know they existed until now. Call the Alpha Wealth Group, 630-519-4742, right now to receive your free report. That's 630-519-4742.
Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, Inc. This hourly segment is brought to you by MJ Miller & Company in downtown Barrington. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a sparkling New Year.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Oh, it's a new day in America. While you were sleeping, the Senate passed the tax bill. 51 yays, 48 nays. All the Republicans voted in line. All the Democrats voted no. John McCain was the only Republican who was absent last night. And when it hit the House, though, Paul Ryan was excited. This is his baby now.
The conference report is adopted without objection. The motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
And with that, then it moved to the Senate, but now it moves back to the House because of some technical snafu. Do you want to get into that?
No.
Bruce will.
No,
oh, by the way,
because
thanks for coming in today.
It's nice to be here.
Hey.
Everybody knows my voice. I'm a Chicago TV and radio legend. Here's the thing.
Why? Because I tell myself I'm a legend.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. If I'm not for myself, who will be, said Hillel. The thing is that, Brett Baer yesterday, I mean, I love Brett, but he gets into the weeds so much, and he knows that he gets into the weeds. Nobody cares about this ministerial stuff. The point is that we now have the legislation, and Trump's going to sign it, and the Republicans have some accomplishment after the Obamacare failure. Now, whether it's if you read the polls, I mean, all the polls show that people can't think this is a loser. And
right.
But that happened with the Reagan tax cut 30 years ago as well.
Were the polls this bad? I mean, public opinion was this
They were
grotesque?
similar because if you listen to the lamestream media, as I like to call it, or the state-run media, the way AP yesterday had a tweet. You get 280 characters for a tweet. They used about 80 to say that the wealthy and corporations are getting a big tax break. Nothing about the middle class. Nothing about the standard deduction being doubled. 80% of the people are getting a tax cut. But the Democrats are going to say 83% of the tax cut goes to the wealthy. Well, how could it not? They pay all the taxes in the first place.
Right. Well, here's Nancy Pelosi calling it she's out of her mind.
It's an all-out looting of America, the wholesale robbery of the middle class.
Wholesale robbery of the middle class. She was calling it earlier, was saying it's a con job. And then Chuck Schumer was on the Senate floor, and he reprimanded some Republicans who were talking while the Chuckster was up there.
Nearly 145 million middle-class families under 200,000 will either get tax hikes. Can we have order, Mr. President?
The Senate will be in order.
This is serious stuff.
Yes.
We believe you're messing up America. You could pay attention for a couple of minutes.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
312-642. 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA. Then a quick question. I mean, the new tax code changes the way we pay Uncle Sam. Are you happy with this tax plan? Bruce.
Am I personally happy?
Yes.
I have no income.
Oh, you have no dog in the fight?
I mean, really. I mean, look, I believe Illinois,
Yes.
Illinois stands to be hurt by this because it's a blue state, and the blue states deserve to be hurt. I don't want the federal
I
government.
should deserve to be hurt, and my kids too.
Start voting these Democratic politicians out of office.
I do.
Change the pension structure.
I'm a recovering Democrat. I am.
Well, you're paying for it.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. Mitch McConnell took to the lectern after the big vote.
Do you believe there's a need for Republicans to go out and sell this bill, given kind of how Americans are currently viewing it?
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking forward to it. My view of this, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work.
Well, the proof is going to be, as I like to say, in the pudding. I copyrighted that term. We're going to see, is the economy going to grow over the next year? We've had 2 successive quarters of 3% growth. This is the whole Laffer curve, trickle-down economic shtick that we believe in. Cut the corporate taxes, repatriate all these trillions of dollars, stimulate the economy. Let's see what happens over the next year.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro. Answer line 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Are you familiar with Christine Romans from CNN? She's on CNN Money, and she broke it down. If you have children and you live in a certain place, this is how this will benefit you.
Take a family of 4 that owns a home in San Diego making $150,000 a year. They save $3,500 next year. Why? A lower tax rate, a doubled standard deduction, and an expanded child tax credit. But California has high state taxes, so how about a single mom in Kansas City with 2 children making $45,000? She also saves $1,800, thanks again to a bigger standard deduction and child tax credit.
So it's great if you have kids. I mean, my child tax credit went from $1,000 to $2,000. I like that. That's more, but my property taxes are capped at $10,000. And for anyone living in Illinois, if you have any kind of a house that doesn't blow down and when the wind comes, you're going to be paying more. That is going to affect your tax return at the end of the year.
And if you're a Dan Proft acolyte, which I am, you argue to the state. He
has no children.
You argue to the state. No, but he understands that people pay property taxes. You want to not take the hit that you're going to take because you can't deduct the property taxes like you used to be able to.
That was my bread and butter. That's my safety net for the year.
The state and local taxes can't be deducted like they used to be. Well, then start doing something about what's going on in the state of Illinois. Clean your own house right now and vote for Jeannie Ives. Yes, Jeannie Ives. Jeannie. Okay, I'm sorry. I get a little excited.
So this is what it's like if you don't have children. Christine Romans.
But what if you don't have children? A single homeowner in Colorado making $70,000 would pay $1,400 more next year. That's because the standard deduction doesn't make up for all the lost tax breaks. And a single homeowner in a high tax state, they may get hit hard, Brooke. A New Yorker making $500,000 would pay $6,400 more in 2018. That's due both to a higher tax rate and losing the unlimited state and local tax deduction.
Did you see Ann
$6,400 more?
Did you see Ann Coulter's tweet about this? It was hysterical. I mean, if you don't love this witch, I love her now.
Wow.
Because her tweet was, because remember Rubio was asking for the greater child tax credit.
Right.
He was asking for that, and he says, I'm a loner, a single woman. Now I've got to subsidize these happy families when I'm going to die alone. Desperate. Quiet desperation. I mean,
That's
channeling Thoreau.
That's great.
And she was, and if you don't love
That's awesome.
If you don't love Ann Coulter for that she admits that she is a loser.
And she's going to die alone and she's going to pay for happy families.
She's a barren old spinster, and she admits that. I love her so much that I wish I had been in the audience for the Rob Lowe's, remember Rob Lowe's roast?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? Not the roast that he's having with the firefighters in California right now, giving them dinner.
When he was roasted,
that's burning.
Yeah.
He was roasted. They had Ann Coulter on this, and they pilloried her. It was so horrible. I would beat up Mike Tyson. I would beat up everybody else, Jeff Ross, who because I would defend the honor of Ann Coulter. Because when you admit that you're a loser like that you're a barren old spinster.
But don't you think it's pure fantasy, though?
She's subsidizing
right.
The happy family.
But what is the corporate tax rate going to do? I mean, don't you think it's a fantasy that the tax cut's going to increase wages or growth?
Okay.
That's what I keep hearing from the left. So last night, the left, NBC Nightly News, featured a man who owns a steel company in Maryland, and he's excited about the tax cuts because he claims that he's going to pass it on and hire more people.
We're going to hire a lot of local people here in Baltimore City and really create new jobs and new opportunities for people.
Or they're going to put the money back in their pockets.
Well, what did they do when tell me, where does the money go once it's put in their pockets? They don't just leave it in their pockets. They don't put it under mattresses. They do something with the money.
They buy more stock in their company.
Well, whatever they do, it benefits. Would you rather have money handled by the federal government, or would you rather have money in the private sector? Who creates
handled
more
by
wealth?
Yourself? Yeah.
Who creates more wealth? Do I have to mansplain
selling me
everything
on
to
this.
you?
Yeah, you are
Do I have to
mansplaining.
channel my inner Dan Proft here? You're a
Yes.
silly woman. Listen to me. Listen to me right now. I know whereof I speak. Do you want to talk?
312-642-5600. Let's go to Ralph, who joins us from lovely Rantoul. Good morning, Ralph.
Good morning. Happy pre-Christmas.
Thank you.
I don't know whether to get excited about the tax plan or not yet. Proof will be in the pudding. I mean, I've read a little bit about it, but 2 questions. Number 1, am I really going to end up paying lower taxes? Because that is an important fact that I would like to experience, I hope. And number 2, if it's simpler, as the claim is, when am I going to not have to fill out 35 schedules, 20 worksheets, and my tax return is going to be 40 or 50 pages long, and I use a software program to figure it all out? I mean, taxes take too long to calculate. It's too complex.
Ralph, I'm here to tell you. I am here to
stand
give you the salvation, and here's what happens.
Well, it's 7 tax brackets.
If you
instead
go
of
on
4.
the trip with Dan and Amy to Cancun this year or somewhere else, you
I
will
can
be
write
able
it
to.
off.
You will not only that, you will be able to do your entire taxes on the back of the postcard that you send back from Cancun. You will be able to say
No, that's what they promised. That's not what's going
wish
to
you
happen.
were here. It'll say wish you were here, and then you will also be able to just fill out a line with your taxes.
Or
That's
like
how simple.
Jimmy Buffett, the weather is here, wish you were beautiful.
Exactly. Thanks, Ralph, for the phone call, and happy holidays to you, too. Let's go to Peggy, who joins us from Chicago. Good morning, Peggy. How are you?
Hi. I heard a question. I can't get an answer to the question. It's really one of the best questions I've ever heard. Maybe you can answer it.
Okay, Bruce will. Yes.
This guy said in 1972 he got a job at Jewel as a bagger, and the guy who was the head of the produce department supported a wife and 3 kids on his salary. He said, now you can't do that with 2 salaries. He said, what happened between 1972 and now? Can you tell me?
Well, first of all, you should have gotten a better job after 44 years.
I know a lot of people. I go to the Jewels twice a week, and they're family to me.
No, you know what?
Thanks, Peggy.
Peggy, I'll tell you one thing. If you had wanted to buy a big screen television in 1972, A, they didn't exist. HD didn't exist.
Well,
now
thank you for that.
Now you can pay for a...
This just did.
Now you can buy one of those for like $300. So lots of things are cheaper than they were in 1972. And you've got the iPhone, and you've got all kinds of technological wonders, and you're going to be living longer. But yes, it does. So we always look at these idyllic days from 45, 50 years ago. They weren't really necessarily that idyllic if you really start looking into it.
Well, since our property taxes are capped at $10,000, a lot of people, not only in Cook County, DuPage, and Lake County, are paying their taxes early, but they're doing it in other parts of the country.
We have kids, one child in college, and we have the other one here in high school. So to definitely prepay and save more money for us will help us in our budget in the long term.
Maria Pappas over there in Cook County. You know Maria Pappas.
When she threw that near-perfect game on September the 2nd, 1972 against the San Diego Padres, my God, she was robbed by Bruce Remming. Yes, Maria Pappas, a lifelong Democratic functionary.
Yes. So she, since the tax bill is going to put a $10,000 cap on the combined deductions for property taxes and state and local taxes, she, the county treasurer, is seeing a lot more checks this month to the tune of $16 million.
A lot of people want to prepay in light of what they think is happening in Washington. No one's quite sure yet, but in light of what they think is going to happen in Washington.
Oh, it's going to happen, Maria.
I love when you do the Dr. Evil.
Do you like it?
Well, yeah, because what does $16 million mean? It's like when the TV news reporters say that 400 flights were canceled at O'Hare. I don't know what that means because how many flights do
400 flights were canceled.
I know, but how many flights do they have a day? Is that a
lot?
Oh, it's a lot.
No, I think 1,200. No, they more than that.
I wish you had done a stand-up when you were, I don't want to bring something up that's going to make you cry.
What?
You were a reporter for Channel 5 once.
Oh, my God.
Once a TV star. But if you had done a live shot and said...
Who cares? It's great.
Allison and whoever, fungible male anchor there, there's lots of flights. I don't know how many, but lots of flights were canceled.
In Will County, they normally get $1.5 million, And now they've got more than that because people are smart. I think this is a great idea. Pay your property taxes early for next year.
Now the floodgates are open because they see that deduction being ceilinged. So now we're getting we've never had calls like this.
And we've never had calls like this.
And who gets the interest on this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. The vigorish.
Get your money early. Yeah. Why would you give the government money?
You never want to give the money
up front.
It's like,
oh, no,
it's
but
like
you would save, though. If you think of those people that live in Evanston or in Wilmette that are on the lake. I mean, their property taxes are $89,000 a year. I would be paying my property taxes early if I lived in one of those huge mansions or those estates.
It's funny that that's actually going to happen. That you're going to get
whipsawed.
That you're going to get whipsawed if you don't pay the taxes.
Elizabeth joins us from lovely Libertyville. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning. I want to mention something that almost never gets talked about is the fact that whatever benefits that people are going to get, as they may be, are temporary. They expire in 10 years, whereas the benefits for corporations are permanent.
Right. It expires in 2025.
First of all, Elizabeth, this is not something that people have not brought up. The Democrats, this is a Democratic talking point. It's brought up all the time. 10 years from now.
I hardly ever hear it.
So, no, I hear it all the time. Here's the thing. Supposedly, 10 years is, just the longest time in the world to have a nuclear deal with Iran. I mean, we had to do everything in order to keep Iran from going nuclear in 10 years because that's so far away from now. But now, 10 years is like the day after tomorrow as far as your taxes goes. You really think that Democrats...
It's an irrelevant topic, no. But why is the corporate permanent? Why are they
because of the reconciliation process? That was the only way that they were able to do this kind of thing. The Republicans want to make this permanent. They really can't get the 60 votes to make it permanent. So blame the Democrats for not doing that. But also, you think the Democrats are actually going to take away your tax break 10 years from now?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Real quickly, thanks, Elizabeth, by the way, for the phone call. Stu in Downers Grove. Stu?
Good morning.
Hi. Speak.
This is Stu in Downers Grove. I'm a simpleton. Explain the tax code to me, would you please, real quick?
I'm a simpleton, too. Mark Giangreco said so when he said that because I voted for Trump.
If you're a family of four, all right, do you have children, Stu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if a family of four makes $75,000, you're going to benefit $2,095 a year from this tax cut.
Sounds like a break to me. I mean, taxes on real estate. Explain that to me real quick.
Bruce.
Okay, this is H&R, Amy, and Bruce right now. You get $10,000. That's still deductible. You could still, do that.
So people that pay $12,000 or $14,000, they're only going to be able to write off $10,000 instead of what they normally do would be $14,000 or $21,000.
Stu,
does that make sense? What else you got for us, Stu?
I don't live in the Ivory Castles, obviously, that you two do. So
I don't live in an Ivory Castle. I'm fine. Well, I'm
Stu,
pretty good.
I'll bet you live in a nicer house in Downers Grove than I do, because I don't live in Downers Grove.
I don't live in Downers Grove. That's just where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
All right.
When you guys have a host that has never been to Myers, I mean, really?
Oh, that's Dan. Dan's a single guy. He doesn't
never been to
shop.
Myers. I mean, that I'm getting a tax break. Obviously, the Democrats keep saying that it's a tax break for the rich. It's not even going to affect me. So, I mean, I guess it is a tax break.
All right, Stu, thanks for calling. Thanks so much for listening. And Stu, just for you, I will take Dan Proft to Myers.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Weather forecast? You've never been to Myers either?
You know who shops at Walmart?
Who?
Me.
We were talking about Myers, though.
It's the same difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both good stores.
Today, partly sunny and colder. Yeah, they're great stores. They're wonderful stores. Today, partly sunny and colder, high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40. Low tomorrow night, 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41. Low Friday night, 30. And now, for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Hayden's inbound. Little tight now, Cicero to Montrose. About a 2-minute delay there. Outbound, little heavy Montrose to Elston. Just a 1-minute delay. Kennedy inbound. Looking at 28 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. A crash near Ohio is gone. Outbound 22 minutes downtown to the airport. The Eisenhower, 36 minutes, 390 the Loop, outbound 30. Stevenson, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound fine at 34th. Ryan is 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, 27 minutes, 8094 to the merge. There's a crash at the Stony Island feeder on the left shoulder. 57 is fine. Tollways look good. Crash in Maywood on southbound 1st Avenue at Lake Street. Now, the truck involved there, the right lane blocked on southbound 1st Avenue. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Mick O'Rourke, President and CEO of Signature Bank. We'd like to wish you happy holidays from our Signature Bank family to your family.
I'm Kevin Bastuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. There's no better place to be for the holidays than Chicago.
And this is Brian Duncan, co-founder of Signature Bank. Whether it's ice skating under the lights at Millennium Park,
or my favorite, visiting Candy Cane Lane in Lincolnwood to see the Noonan House with the tree magically rising through the roof.
Or attending the annual tree lighting in downtown Downers Grove.
We wish you the very best this holiday season from Signature Bank, Chicago's business bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Butch, all I ever see you eat is raw meat, whiskey, and an occasional bowl of rusty nails. Now, I know you're tough, but with your diet, what's your secret to avoiding the flu?
Jim, this is between us. You hear?
Sure, Butch, you can trust me.
Well, I take Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. I take them on the go or under the table when no one's looking. It's the only way I'd ever get over 10 real servings of fruits and vegetables.
Is it like a vitamin or something?
No, it's food. They only use real whole ingredients. Not that isolated or synthetic crap you get with all the other guys. This is real stuff, Jim. Real stuff. They sell direct to consumers and ship right to your door, free of charge.
Well, Buckaroo, how do I get them?
Call them at 1-800-2468-751. Write it down, Jim, before someone sees me. It's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WAGON for a special offer.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. In 2018, the GOP's continued standing as the majority party will turn on the participation of culturally anxious voters, the people who appreciate the distinctions between liberty and libertinism, the people who understand the implications of erasing the lines between decency and indecency, the people who are respectful of the time, money, and lives of others, the people who recognize identity politics for the cultural poison that it is, the people who still talk of men and women without the cisgender modifier, the people whose lives are defined by the love of family and friends, not the popularity of a hashtag campaign, the people who will listen to rather than shout down an opposing viewpoint, the people who see things for what they are rather than redefine them through a distorted political lens, the people who believe in being their brother's keeper but don't believe they should be forced to be a sugar daddy. It won't be a single issue. It's not going to be a question of one accomplishment or one failure. It'll turn on whether or not Republicans let cultural Marxists run roughshod over people in their offices, their churches, and their kids' schools. The GOP's majority status will turn on its ability to serve as political Xanax to the culturally anxious.
Hey, so many things to do to get ready for Christmas and New Year's. Wouldn't it be great to take a break? Make reservations for your family or your company's Christmas party at one of the Chicago Prime family-owned restaurants. There's Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian in Schaumburg, 5 o'clock Steakhouse in Milwaukee, and introducing the new Avante Banquets and Conference Center in Fox River Grove. Don't wait. Now is the time to book your Christmas lunch and dinner events. The Chicago Prime Restaurants and Avante Banquets can throw an amazing celebration for 10 to 600 guests. Plus, now through the end of the year, buy a $100 gift card and receive a $25 bonus card. Real quality food, organic produce, and only the finest ingredients made from scratch, along with an award-winning wine list, all at a reasonable price. The Chicago Prime family of restaurants, ready to make your Christmas season special. Visit Chicago Prime and Avante Banquets on the web and make your reservations today.
AM 560, The Answer.
My pajamagram has arrived. Oh yeah.
My grandchildren
Softer
dance to
than
this.
silk. Oh, do they?
Oh yeah, the
Do
video
they?
is shown on
Cake
there.
by the Ocean?
Yeah, and I
Don't-
found out what Cake by the Ocean
I
is.
told you last time you were
Yeah,
filling in. I told you. Just keep it nice, so it's still like cupcake suite.
It's so cute. The twin grandchildren dancing to this.
Oh, how old are
so
your
fun.
twins?
They're going to be 4 on Christmas Day.
They were born
identical
Christmas
twin
babies?
boys.
Oh.
Well, you can tell them apart, though.
Oh, you
They're
can?
identical twin boys. Yeah.
Well, if they're identical, how can you tell them apart?
I don't know.
Personalities?
But you can. No, their faces are a little bit different, but they still are identical.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they're
great.
beautiful.
Do they call you Grandpa Bruce?
Grandpa Brucey. is my name.
Grandpa Brucey. Oh, my mom's Grandma Wheezy
Yeah.
because they couldn't say L. Her name's Louise, so they're Grandma Louise. And they couldn't say Chrissy, so they call her Aunt Cookie. So cute. What else? Oh, speaking of children, we want to help those less fortunate, the children in this world, and in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean islands that were decimated by those hurricanes, those just string of hurricanes, just unbelievable what everybody went through this past hurricane season, and they need our help. One-time donation, go to 560theanswer.com/food. Food for the poor, 95 cents of the dollar goes directly to the people in need. Right now, they're on the ground in Puerto Rico helping distribute portable generators so people can have power for the holidays. I mean, people can't cook. It's just still unbelievable to me. I watched Bill Weir on CNN last night. He had a long expose. He returned to families that he had met immediately after the hurricane. One was a Vietnam vet, and he had passed away. And the mom, she was so happy to see Bill Weir, and they had a transformer, and it was built up. So because somebody saw their story and said, that's a Vietnam vet, we need to help them. They built the transmission tower. He died.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they think that he's a hurricane-related death because the stress of the hurricane was too much. They didn't have power.
Amy, I'm the worst person in the world. You know why?
Why?
Because you mentioned Bill Ware in this sad story, and all I can think of is that I turned down a job once
Oh.
that Bill Ware took, and then he got launched to fame and fortune.
Uh-huh.
And so it's all about
You
me.
turned that WGN
I
morning
turned
job
because I got paid more at Channel 32. Yeah, but he turned
Okay.
it into something.
Yeah, he sure did. He's very talented.
Yeah, but he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy. I love him.
And he's a nice guy too. I hate nice guys who are good. I can stomach lousy
He's really
people.
genuine.
He's
he
a
really
nice
cares
guy.
about people.
Yeah.
I love Bill Weir. All right, and we love if you can help us reach our goal of feeding 3,000 kids, providing food for a year and water for life. Here's what you do: 560theanswer.com/food, or if you're a business benefactor, if you own a business or make the marketing decisions for your company, become a business benefactor.
Yeah, it's called our Business Benefactor Program. I'm trying to be a nice guy. I'm trying to be like Bill
No,
Ware
you're a nice
right
guy.
now.
So what's
with this program,
what are the
any
details?
business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560 The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you can do it. Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer with the ousting of Omarosa, is there enough diversity in the White House? We'll begin there with our lady friends, Diamond and Silk. Woo! Are coming up next. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
We're at 30 degrees this morning. Republican tax cut bill is headed back to the House after being passed by the Senate overnight. Why, you ask? Well, there were some procedural tweaks, and then protesters interrupted from the Senate Visitors Gallery. They were egged on by Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer.
Data reveals what the Republican tax plan truly is: a tax scam that will rob middle-class families to pay for corporate tax breaks and giveaways to the wealthy.
Meantime, GOP House Speaker Paul Ryan says he's unconcerned about polls showing the tax bill unpopular among some.
When people see their withholding improving, when they see the jobs occurring, when they see bigger paychecks, a fairer tax system, a simpler tax code, that's what's going to produce the results. Results are going to make this popular.
While it's estimated that the GOP tax bill may add over $1 trillion temporarily to the federal deficit, it frees young people from the Obamacare individual mandate. The White House working with 6 senators this morning on terms for a bill that would protect young illegal immigrants brought into the U.S. as children. In fact, the senators and Chief of Staff John Kelly huddled at the White House yesterday. Controversial cardinal is dead. Cardinal Bernard Law resigned in disgrace from the Boston Archdiocese in 2002 during an investigation into child sexual abuse. The president of Amtrak says the company will follow through on any recommended changes following the investigation into this week's deadly derailment in Washington state. The head of Delta Airlines is not happy about the lengthy power outage at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Delta CEO Ed Bastian telling the Atlanta Journal-Constitution this morning the outage may have cost the airline over $50 million in lost revenue. A 6-year-old girl is safe, taken by her mother over the weekend from an Oak Park restaurant. Zoe Stegmeyer was kidnapped by Wendy Jarvis. The girl and her mother found in suburban Detroit in Farmington Hills by U.S. Marshals. A man has been killed, a woman hurt in a shooting at a grocery store in Maywood. Deputy Police Chief Elijah Wills tells us the shooting occurred around 11 Tuesday at the Maywood Grocery. And 6 Michigan counties and 3 local governments are teaming up for a lawsuit over opioids in the Midwest that targets 25 companies, including retailers like Deerfield-based Walgreens. And we know this is a serious news program, but whenever Led Zeppelin news comes around for a rock and roll purist, you might want to pay attention. Guitarist Jimmy Page is teasing a big surprise for the band's 50th anniversary next year. No reunion plans are in order, but apparently Led Zeppelin is working on something special for their 50th anniversary as a band. Kyle Long, surgery to alleviate neck pain. The Bears guard is out for the rest of this season. That was expected. No Bears selected for the Pro Bowl. The Bulls take on the Magic later on tonight. The news, a service of Liberty Mutual Insurance. From weather to traffic and everything in between, you have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance should not be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. 6:35, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager puts our current political climate in perspective.
You should have a liberal and conservative party in the United States. We need that, but leftism is destructive. And the Democratic Party is now a left-wing party, not a liberal party. Leftism is a mortal threat to Western civilization. Liberalism is not. At this juncture, if it is good for the Democratic Party, it is bad for America.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Braving the holiday crowds at parties and malls can also mean you're braving germs. Be sure to have the Exergen temporal scanner at home to make sure you avoided getting a cold or the flu.
If you still haven't bought all your Christmas gifts, here's what I recommend. Buy some MyPillows and keep one for yourself. The MyPillow buy one, get one free offer is going on now just in time for Christmas. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage by using the promo code Amy. You'll get the absolute best deal available. I personally love MyPillows. I get a great night's sleep by moving the fill to give me the support I need regardless if I sleep on my back or stomach. And I never wake up with a stiff neck or headache. They're made in America. You can wash them and dry them. They're hypoallergenic, plus have a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, you're supporting a company that gives back. So get your buy one, get one free MyPillows as gifts and keep one for yourself by calling 800-489-0201. Use the promo code Amy or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201. Promo code Amy.
6:37, a man who's always serious in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Even when there's Led Zeppelin news, here's Jim Telemonte.
All right, good morning, Mike. Kennedy inbound, it's heavy from the River Road toll to Lawrence, and then Division to Randolph. It's 33 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, 13 from Montrose, 12 in the Express. Outbound, 12 minutes to Montrose, 25 to the airport. Eden's running 21 minutes from Lake Cook Junction, outbound 20. The Eisenhower, Laser 25th to Harlem, and Racine to the Circle. It's 37 minutes from 390 to downtown, outbound 31. Stevenson, 43 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 36. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57's clear. Bishop Ford, 27 minutes, 80-94 to Ryan. Crash near the Stony Island feeder on the left shoulder. Northbound Tri-State, slow from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The other tollways are fine. Traffic is a service of Just Tires. Just Tires is offering up to $275 in savings on a set of tires and tire installation through December 31st. You heard right. It's $275 off. Stop in, call, or go to justtires.com to schedule an appointment today. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Really don't want to tell you what's coming up on Monday and Tuesday of next week, but we will. Partly sunny, colder, 38. 29 overnight, 40 tomorrow. Friday, spotty drizzle and 41. There could be a big wintry mix on Thursday night into Friday. Low Friday night, 30. Saturday, 34. Sunday, flurries and 29. Monday, 16. Tuesday, 13 degrees. It's all on the way. 31 right now. Your next news coming up at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolves joining us this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Financial Planning with Jack Taboda, your 401k rollover specialist. Heard Saturday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Some call me the sage from South Central. Others call me the czar of common sense. But you can call me Larry Elder. And you're invited to join me tonight, starting at 7, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
38 special. You seen it all around you. A good loving gone bad. And you can see it too late when you realize that you had. And my mind goes back to a girl I had some years ago. Who tell me? So hold on, Lucy. Oh, it's hold on loosely? I thought it was hold on, Lucy. I thought it was hold on to the football, Lucy, on Charlie Brown. Oh, let's start over. Start from the top.
Hi.
Whose snort is it? Is it Amy's or Bruce's?
Bruce Wolf here, filling in for Dan Prob.
I'm spitting all over myself.
And who wrote that song?
I don't know, but it...
Berwyn's own?
Yeah, because every song...
Jim Peterick.
Jimmy Peterick wrote that?
Yeah.
He did.
I should have given him more respect when I...
The thing is I think that
Love
I
that
have...
song.
I think I have these eclectic musical tastes, Mike. It turns out that every song I like was written by Jim Peterick. Because he wrote it for
He wrote Eye of
Journey
the
or
Tiger.
whoever. Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
All these songs, and I actually got to sing.
With
It was
Jim
one of the
Peterick?
last things that I ever did at the old station.
Yeah.
He came into the studio.
Nice.
Did he have his hair done, too? He always has that
he had
cotton
the
candy
guitar,
hair.
and I said, Jim, can I do Vehicle? Because this is my go-to karaoke song.
Right, Ides of March.
And he just played the accompaniment for me and sang with me. He was my backup guy.
That's cool.
And it was a great way to go out. My career ended that day, and it was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what's vehicle? How does it?
Wa-da-bum-ba-da.
Yeah.
Look at here now. Yeah, pull your pants down. Wow, ba-da-bum-ba. Everybody, come on.
Come on.
Let's hear now.
I'm horny.
Ba-da-bum. Well, I'm your friendly stranger in a black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car? I got big candy. It's another song about giving a roofie to a girl.
Really is.
It is. It really
It's
is.
really sad.
Yeah.
Is that all you do, our roofie song?
That's it. That's it. I'm all about
okay.
drugging the girls.
Okay, we got to reel it back in because we have the most amazing ladies on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Diamond.
They're waiting for us right now? I don't make Diamond and Silk wait.
Well, okay, but here's the deal. So Omarosa,
Yes.
African-American female, left the White House. We don't really know why, but she's not done yet.
As the only African American woman in this White House, as a senior staff and assistant to the president, I have seen things that have made me uncomfortable, that have upset me, that have affected me deeply and emotionally, that has affected my community and my people. And when I can tell my story, it is a profound story that I know the world will want to hear.
And then they kick it back to Robin Roberts, and she says, "Bye, Felicia."
Which is
Why
that a joke?
so much
Who's
disrespect?
Who's Felicia?
It's from a song.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Felicia. Now everybody
Okay.
uses it as, like, see you later. My hands in your face.
Even though I don't know your name. So, I mean, she really
Bye,
dissed her.
Felicia. Oh, it was bad.
Would you do that on Good Morning America?
I
You
don't
actually
know.
diss somebody?
I don't know. But is there enough diversity in the White House? Let's begin there with our girlfriends.
Yay.
Diamond and Silk. We're so sorry we had to put you through that if you had to listen to our singing.
I heard it, and I was so happy that you all were singing. You must be just in the Christmas spirit. We're about to get a Christmas present with this tax cut.
Oh.
Yes.
So just like maybe they just want to just rock and roll this morning, just sing.
Thank you. Thank you for your indulgence.
So have you ladies ever met Omarosa?
We know Omarosa. That's like our sister. That's like our sister friend. So we know her.
Well, what happened? Can you give us an inside scoop?
Well, listen, Listen, I believe that she resigned, okay? But here's what I don't like about what happened. I don't like the fact that when I turned on the TV, I saw African Americans in droves pounding on her. The one thing that we can tell you is that we knew she did everything she could to get African Americans to the table.
That's right.
All the way down to the Congressional Black Caucuses, the CBC.
NAACP.
Yeah, and these people didn't want to come to the table.
Right.
Somebody got petty about her sending out an invitation because of the way she signed the invitation.
Oh, come on.
So I don't like I don't like kicking people in the face when they're down, and I don't like how I turned on the TV and seen journalists, seasoned veteran journalists, pounding on her.
Oh, they were foaming at the mouth.
Was so embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Well, so wait, was she escorted out then?
I don't think none of that's true.
What we do know is that Omarosa did resign. We do know that. And one thing we also do know is that no Black America should be calling a white person a racist when you're being racist against your own race.
That's right.
That's what we do know.
Can you tell me something? I mean, Robin Roberts, this is Good Morning America. This is the most antiseptic show in the world. They don't diss anybody, and she disses her?
Well, this is what we're talking about. There's this hate, this viciousness, and this nastiness that's in the Black community. And you saw it with the seasoned journalist on television.
That's right.
The one thing that we know is that Omarosa did the best that she could while she was in there trying to bring people to the table.
That's right.
And I was honored to have her sitting at the table to represent people of color like me. And I find it appalling that these journalists do what they want to do, say what they want to say, and think it's cute. And somebody is going to reap what they sow. When it comes to that, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. We need to stop hating on each other. And another thing, Black people are so upset. Anybody that's Black that go into the White House and work, they're going to be ostracized, criticized, and stigmatized anyway because of the fact they don't like our president.
Right.
Okay? And that bothers me too.
That's right.
They speak about diversity. They speak about this. We want to do this. We want to do that. Yet, when they extend their arms for you to come to the table, you won't come. Well, I can't come. Look at how the civil rights leader didn't want to go there to the museum because the president was there. It's just a bunch of hogwash and baloney.
That's
and I
right.
think the Black people threw her under the bus, and that was wrong. You can't talk about white folk.
Yeah, and when I look at diversity in the White House, it don't look no different than Bill Clinton White House, than Bush White House, or then Obama White House. If they're so concerned about diversity in the White House, if Black folks are so concerned about diversity in the White House, then they need to get educated so that they can go through the proper channels to get in the White House and add some diversity there.
And can I add just one more thing?
Yeah.
We noticed that there's two types of people running that White House.
There's two types of White
in the White House, not running it, but in the White House.
Yes.
You have the people that we have to drain the swamp, the rats. What we call them, the swamp people.
The swamp
And then
administration.
you have the Trump Republicans. And it's I find it. I can't wrap my head around why we can't collide as one. Why we can't just be Republicans. But you have certain Republicans that feel like they are elitists, and the Trump Republicans shouldn't be doing anything in the White House. They should be doing stuff in the White House. Yet and still, these people didn't even vote for the president.
Yeah, can I tell you something? They're coming around. The Never Trumpers are coming around because they have to admit it. That Trump, for all his faults, and I don't like some of the tweets that he makes, and he's his own worst enemy a lot of the times. But the accomplishments are there. To wit, the tax bill yesterday. It's
The
not just
deregulation.
it's not just Gorsuch anymore. Can I get an amen for the deregulation?
Well, that's all of that's
yeah.
good. But I would love to see a day where, as Republicans, whether you were a Democrat and switch your party to Republican to become what they call a Trump Republican, or just a Republican, we can all band together and stick together so that we can move the president's agenda forward. But when I see some Republicans, the Trump Republicans don't need to be doing nothing in the House because they're not experienced. Well, listen to me. Obama wasn't experienced, but he was the president. I find that unfair double standard. I think we should work together to to move our country forward is what I think. I don't think it should be no split. Because you haven't been a Republican long, you don't deserve to do anything up here in the White House. Yet those same people that say that wasn't even behind our president. That's wrong.
And some of them are still not behind our president.
Well, President Trump has
a Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're a Trump Republican. It's time for all of us to start working together as American and putting the best interest of American interests first.
Right.
And President Trump looks like he's going to have his first legislative victory coming up later today. And what are you two ladies going to do to celebrate? And what are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, my God. Okay, so for the holidays, we'll probably be with family. Good. And then for this here celebration, you know, I'm not a drinker, but I may have me a little sip on something because I'm so happy and I am so proud that, bam, we finally, it's moving forward, and I love it.
That's
and
right.
You know what? He's doing everything that he said he was going to do.
He surely is.
And that is what I love by him. He was elected by the people. He's doing stuff with what the American people want. And you know what? I see at 8 years, I see him 8 years doing this.
Yes,
I love it.
Yes, it's going to be remarkable. And if we have any haters, any race baiters, agitators, or demonstrators out there, we want you to know that Trump is your president.
He's your president.
If you don't like it, you can pack your coat and your hat, and you don't have to come back because President Trump is your president. He wants to see us all good. He is not a racist. He's a realist, and the only color he sees is green, and he wants everybody to have something.
All right. Well, Diamond and Silk, we're going to have to leave it there. But thank you so much for coming on the show, and have a really Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And the ladies, they're Trump supporters, obviously, and hosts of the Viewers View, and they joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
We now return to
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Well, I don't know about that. I had nothing to do with that drop. Forecast for today, I think we should enjoy it now because he's telling us it's going to be 13 degrees next week. What about my feral cats? They might die.
Oh.
I've got cats, and I've got, my cat that has the herpetic sores all over its body.
Oh. You know,
I was late to work because I had to put the comb back on the thing.
Oh, my goodness. For a second there, I thought we had Penn and Teller on the phone because I didn't hear the other one. But then I heard them both, and they both have this. They're like Jesse Jackson, only if on our side. It's great.
Forecast for today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you directing me to something else right here? No question about it.
Helping a sister out.
Today, partly sunny and colder. High of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40, low tomorrow night. 34, Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41, low Friday night, 30. And now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Bruce and Amy on the northbound tri-state. See delays 75th Street, 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The other tollways are good. Eden's 27 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose. Kennedy, 35 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. The Ike, 40 from 390 Circle. Stevenson, 49 minutes, 355 to the drive. Ryan, 29 minutes, 95th for the loop. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. A banking panel kills a Trump nominee to lead the Export-Import Bank. An artificial intelligence cat? Those stories are next.
Are you being intimidated by the IRS? Rapid Resolution Tax Group is a team of tax attorneys, enrolled agents, and tax professionals who've helped thousands of people with problems just like yours. And they promise not to let the IRS intimidate you. If you are an individual or business who owes at least $10,000 to the IRS, you can turn to them for help. Has your bank account been levied? Do you have years of unfiled tax returns? Let Rapid Resolution Tax Group intervene for you. They're accredited with and A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they guarantee same-day contact with the IRS. If you qualify, Rapid Resolution Tax Group can work towards settling your tax debt for less, removing penalties and fees, and stopping levies and garnishments. Call the professionals at Rapid Resolution Tax Group at 800-601-2929. That's 800-601-2929.
A Senate panel has rejected President Trump's nominee to run the Export-Import Bank. Two Banking Committee Republicans, Tim Scott of South Carolina and Mike Rounds of South Dakota, joined with Democrats to shelve the nomination of former GOP Representative Scott Garrett of New Jersey to head up the bank. On today's economic calendar, We get the latest data on existing home sales as well as the weekly information of U.S. petroleum inventories from the Energy Information Administration. Toymaker Hasbro and scientists at Brown University have received a 3-year $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation to find ways to add artificial intelligence to Hasbro's Joy for All robotic cat. The cat is aimed at seniors and meant to act as a companion. Please join us for Lou Dobbs Tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. I'm Keith Peters for the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Business owners, it's likely you're working on your business plan for 2018, budgeting for different departments, or considering where to grow your revenue. It's going to be a busy new year. Have you included your IT infrastructure, network security, and your IT help desk and support? You know, IT can be one of those things that's out of sight and out of mind until there's a problem and everything comes to a screeching halt. Your IT systems are the backbone of your business and what makes everything run smoothly. And Turnkey IT is the company that makes sure your business doesn't miss a beat. Make 2018 the year to improve your network hardware, get into the cloud, and most importantly, get prompt, courteous, local customer support for your systems. Ready for a new and better year for your business? Start with a visit from your friendly, neighborhood trusted IT advisors at Turnkey IT, so you can concentrate on your business and not the technical stuff. Is your IT ready for 2018? Visit turnkey.pro today. Turnkey.pro.
You are about to hear from Dr. Douglas Howard.
After 20 years and tens of thousands of success stories, Balance of Nature is still the only pure whole food supplement available. Balance of Nature has served more than 500 million servings of fruits and vegetables. Don't accept imitations, copies, or substitutions. Our success stories are unique to Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. You'll know you have the real thing when you open the bottles and see, smell, and taste real produce.
It is worth every penny I pay because they really have made such a difference in my life. It is making me feel a whole lot better.
Even my doctor thought it was a good product.
Take Dr. Howard's Health Challenge and find out how to get 2 free sets of fruits and veggies. We'll even ship them to you for free. Call now for details.
Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
Winter's almost here, and you'll need a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. Look no further. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They're not one of those massive impersonal companies with inexperienced technicians and subcontractors. Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling sends only their own highly skilled technicians. From service to installation and everything in between, their work quality and customer service is the best. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling keeps homes and businesses comfy and warm. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. Mention AM 560 and receive 20% off your first service call. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.com. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
Hey guys, Ken here from the hit podcast Today's Growth. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? It all depends on the bicycle. It depends on their vehicle. Both on a 10-speed and the pro racer is going to win every time. But put the racer on a tricycle and the 11-year-old wins every time. You see, it's not the driver, it's the vehicle. When it comes to generating revenue, it's exactly the same. If you have a job or a small business, you are riding a tricycle. You can only go so fast. If you need to make up lost ground, it's not going to happen on a tricycle. No matter how fast you pedal, it's simply not going to win the race. Why do many people with no schooling and no advanced degree often become very wealthy? Simple. They choose to only ride 10 speeds. When it comes to helping people create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss when it comes to putting people on a 10-speed. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
Are you buying or selling a business or starting a business? Maybe you have legal problems with a business partner or employees, or are just drowning in new regulations. You need the support of a law firm that concentrates in a wide range of business law and tax matters. You need the corporate team at Kelleher and Buckley. Whether you're a local mom and pop shop, middle market business, or a large corporation or franchise, they provide cost-effective legal solutions to help your businesses thrive. The lawyers of Kelleher and Buckley focus on targeted legal advice tailored to meet the specific needs of your business. You deserve competent legal representation from a law firm maintaining a high level of knowledge about the ever-changing laws governing businesses. One that also includes accountants and tax specialists on board to provide your business bottom-line solutions. Kelleher and Buckley, LLC of North Barrington and Chicago is a legal solution provider that also includes estate planning, asset protection, life insurance planning, and litigation. Keep your business on track. Call 847-382-9130 or online at kelleherbuckley.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Help those less fortunate this season. And if you own a business, we can help you and you can help us. It's called our Business Benefactor Program, $2,500 tax deductible. The money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40, 60-second commercials if you want to become a business benefactor. Call Michael Mann at 847-871-1527. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, are we really going to pay lower taxes? We'll begin there with Congressman Peter Roskam. And in a rare move, I don't know if you heard about this, Chick-fil-A was open on a Sunday during Advent. We will tell you why. And later, favorite story of the day, Bruce. Are you ready? A baby that's 1 year younger than her mother. We'll explain how that happened. But first, let's go into the newsroom with Mike Scott. Here he is.
DCFS investigating 2 infant deaths in Chicago. Bond denied for a teen shot by an off-duty Chicago police officer. The Inspector General of Chicago targeting the Chicago police fleet. And Jeannie Ives unveils some pension plans for the state. WIND Chicago News Time is 7 o'clock.
Republicans call it a promise kept. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The average taxpayer in every income group gets a tax cut everywhere.
House Speaker Paul Ryan on a tax reform bill they'll have to vote on again today after some tweaks in the Senate, which passed it after midnight. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, there were 3 things in the bill that violated Senate rules, including its title, forcing the House to take a revote today. Hiccups aside, Republicans are celebrating. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
My view of this, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work.
Senate Democratic Leader Chuck Schumer says the tax bill
is like pouring gasoline on a raging fire.
The White House is planning a news conference after the final House vote, but there's no word on exactly when President Trump will sign the legislation. Dave?
Rachel, a recount in Virginia turns a Republican state House seat Democrat. In the end, Shelley Simmons beat David Yancey by 1 vote out of more than 23,000 cast. Now, that Virginia House of Delegates will be evenly split, Republican-Democrat. So the 2 parties will have to work out a power-sharing agreement. A Roman Catholic cardinal has died, Bernard Law, who became a lightning rod of controversy in 2002 in a sex abuse scandal while he was Archbishop of Boston.
Court documents uncovered by the Boston Globe showed that for decades, Law was reassigning hundreds of priests that he and other church leaders knew were molesting children, and that none of it was reported to police.
Fox's Bill Marcus in Boston. Law had been reassigned to Rome, where he got sick at age 86. A cruise ship excursion went horribly wrong in Mexico, where Americans may be among the 12 dead. 7 Americans were injured, along with 13 others, when the bus they were taking to see Mayan ruins flipped over on a narrow highway. In Iraq, the AP reports the battle to drive ISIS out of the city of Mosul was a lot deadlier than first reported. It may have been up to 9,000 to 11,000 civilians killed. Fox News, fair and balanced.
30 degrees, cloudy skies at 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. A 6-year-old girl is safe this morning, taken by her mother over the weekend from Oak Park. Zoe Stegmeyer was kidnapped by Wendy Jarvis during a court-supervised visit at a local restaurant on Saturday. The girl and mother were found by U.S. Marshals at a hotel in Farmington Hills, Michigan, suburban Detroit. Bond denied for a teen shot by an off-duty Chicago police officer during an attempted carjacking. Carlos Hendricks is charged with vehicular hijacking, attempted armed robbery, and aggravated assault. Authorities say the officer opened fire only after the 18-year-old and another man tried to steal the officer's car Monday night. Authorities are investigating the deaths of 2 infants on Chicago's south side, a 3-month-old boy Monday morning. A 3-month-old girl passed away in a hospital early yesterday. Governor Rauner's Republican challenger, Jeannie Ives, wants big changes to address the pension crisis at all levels of state government. As AM 560's David Stewart reports.
State Representative Jeannie Ives wants to amend the state constitution and allow local governments to declare bankruptcy as a way out of the pension crisis. Ives says she wants to change that part of the constitution that bans the reduction of existing pension benefits.
I will build coalitions in both the General Assembly and within the Illinois electorate to amend Article 8, Section 5 of the Illinois Constitution dealing with pension benefits.
Ives also says existing pension benefits need to be renegotiated at all levels, something local bankruptcies would enable. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Chicago sports, Bears guard Kyle Long, surgery to alleviate neck pain. He'll recover and be ready, he says, for next season. No Bears selected for the 2018 Pro Bowl. Bulls take on the Magic later tonight, while the Blackhawks go for their sixth straight win tomorrow night versus the Stars. College hoops, Eastern Illinois over Western Illinois, 78-77. Illinois State topped UIC. Northwestern ran over Lewis University. The news, a service of Rogers & Hollins Jewelers. Hey, Chicagoland, head to Rogers & Hollins Jewelers for engagement rings as magnificent as our mile. And forever make holiday magic. Magic with gifts that give back. Get $100 in holiday dough for every $300 you spend. Use promo code FOREVER to get 10% off online. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Larry Elder prepares Republicans for what's to come.
Now, the reason that Al Franken was pressured into resigning is because they want to use the argument that Trump has had allegations against him. And their argument is going to be, we're cleaning up our house. We're getting rid of our miscreants. You're adding to yours. You've got Trump. You've got Roy Moore. We've got the high ground here. That's why Al Franken was thrown under the bus.
The Larry Elder Show. Weeknights at 7, right before Jay Sekulow at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
7:06, and a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the Kennedy inbound, we see delays Canfield to Lawrence and Pulaski to the Burn Circle. It's 33 minutes from O'Hare to downtown, 18 minutes from Montrose, 16 on the Express, southbound 28 to the airport. Travel time on the 8th is 21 minutes either way between Lake Cook and Montrose. The Eisenhower, heavy starting around 25th Avenue. It's 44 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 32 on Stevenson, 49 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, 37 from the Tri-State. Outbound 38 minutes to 355. The Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound fine at 15. I-57 is clear. Bishop Ford, 27 minutes, 8094 to the merge. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, heavy North Avenue to Michigan Avenue after a stall. Delays on the northbound Tri-State are from Archer to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The other tollways are still okay. No problems to report on I-80 or in northwest Indiana. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Partial sunshine for today with a high 38, then becoming cloudy tonight, low 29. Cloudy skies tomorrow and tomorrow night, high tomorrow 40. Late night shower in spots tomorrow night with a low 34. Spotty drizzle for Friday, high 41. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
31 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in with Amy this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is sponsored by Wine Time Radio. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. on AM 560. Explore the wonderful world of wine with host James Crooker and Rob Lehner.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
It's the biggest tax overhaul in a generation. Late last night, or early this morning, I should say, while many of you were sleeping, the Senate had a vote, 51 yeas, 48 nays, party line vote. The only person not there was John McCain, but the measure still passed anyway. Now it goes back to the House because of this little snafu, but Paul Ryan, when it passed the first time, was all smiles.
The conference report is adopted without objection. The motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
But Democrats were quick to criticize, saying this is a con job.
It's an all-out looting of America, the wholesale robbery of the middle class.
So, I know.
It's the worst thing
It's
since
exhausting.
the Alien and Sedition Acts. It's unbelievable.
Congressman Peter Roskam is here. I mean, we've got a lot of questions for Congressman Roskam.
My first question is,
yes,
I'm a little upset. I used to get a calendar.
Oh boy,
that Congressman Roskam's wife would make,
Yeah.
and it was these wonderful watercolors. When I was somebody, I'd get these calendars, and now that I'm a nobody, I don't get the calendars anymore. So I'm a
maybe
little
we
upset
could ask
about
him that question at the end of the interview.
Okay.
Now joining us at our
All right.
turnkey.pro
All right.
answer line is Congressman Roskam. Good morning. How are you? Did you get any sleep last night?
I slept well. Clear conscience does that to one. So yeah, well rested and ready for a good day.
Okay, so we have a lot of questions for you. We had a caller early this morning at 5 a.m. wants to know why the personal exemption has been taken away.
Well, it's been replaced by something better, and that is a standard deduction. So now a husband and wife together, first $24,000 under a standard deduction is tax-free completely. So this is a good move in an effort to simplify the tax code and clean out a lot of stuff. Right now, about 80% of Americans itemize or don't itemize. That is, they just use a standard form. After this, it's going to look more like 90% of Americans are just going to use an easy form. So this is a very good move.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Congressman, because this is really beyond my ken. But yeah, I mean, I'm a funny guy on the radio some of the time. But people who make more than $500,000 a year, there's a little window there from $500,000 to $1 million or whatever it is. They're getting a break, and a lot of people, even conservatives, are saying, why should they be getting a break?
Well, what we did was, so in the latest version of the bill that's actually becoming law, there's tax relief in every bracket. And there was criticism at the very beginning when the House moved a bill that didn't move down the top bracket. So now the Joint Committee on Taxation evaluated this, and the bill that the president is going to sign will give tax relief on average in every bracket, which is a good thing. And I think there's a particular emphasis on middle-income tax relief, and that's where a lot of people are really looking for extra help. So in my congressional district, the median income in the 6th congressional district, husband, wife, 2 children, household income is $135,000. That family is going to get a $4,000 tax break under this bill. So it's designed, the structure of the bill is designed to do 2 things. One, offer tax relief, and you know, this is in real contrast to what the Democrats did in Springfield, jamming through a big tax hike at a state level that completely stuck it to people in the middle income. And then also to change the business environment and to update things so that the U.S. is more competitive and unlocking, literally bringing back trillions of dollars that has been locked out based on a ridiculous tax policy over the years. Okay. And so tax relief and a better business climate is what we're looking for 2018.
And you're preaching to the choir right here, but I do have to play the devil's advocate, you know, for the people who are going to storm the meetings that you have. If it's not Obamacare, it's this. But you mentioned your district and the $135,000 median income and the 2 children and the break that they're going to get. However, unfortunately, we live in the state of Illinois, and the deduction for state and local taxes, which I originally thought was the strategic arms limitation talks. That's the acronym.
Yes.
That's what I thought. So are we dealing with the Ruskies again? Oh, it's SALT. They should be like a window here that we should change these acronyms after a while. But it's state and local taxes, and of course we're taxed, up the wazoo. That's a legal term of art.
And our property taxes are up the wazoo.
Well, but that's the thing. And so basically, I know, it's easy for us to say, okay, Illinois, heal thyself. But in the meantime, some of these people are going to be paying for it. So in the end, are the people in your district going to wind up paying a lot because of the largesse that this state bestows upon public sector unions?
No, the good news is all in, they're getting tax relief. And this is why I fought really hard to make sure that we could continue to deduct property taxes up to $10,000. We could fill that up with an income tax approach, so it's dual eligible, in other words. But look, here's the bottom line. I think most folks that I represent say, look, I'm interested in tax relief. I don't particularly care about the equation by which that relief comes to me. And so in the 6th Congressional District, it's offering relief because what we're doing is we're not just continuing to allow those deductions up to that limit that I mentioned, but also these rates are coming down. And the increase in the child tax credit, $2,000 child tax credit, is incredibly significant. The brackets are stretching out. We're getting rid of what's known as the alternative minimum tax. Up to incomes below $1 million. That hits a lot of people in the 6th Congressional District, in fact, tens of thousands of people. So the all in, the 6th District gets tax relief, and that's a very, very good thing. And, again, it's in real contrast to the crocodile tears from the Democrats at a national level and at a state level where they're criticizing a Republican tax relief plan. And these are the same people that were just complicit in jamming, not just complicit, they were enablers. They were actively advocating a big tax hike in July of this year.
So when does the bill go back to the House floor and then the president signs it? And then how soon will we start seeing relief in our paychecks or being able to keep more of the money we make?
Yeah, that's right. Keeping your own money. So it becomes effective January 1. The House will go through within a few hours, and it'll just be a quick technical vote. Won't be a big deal. Then it goes to the president. They'll have a press conference. There's some process before he can actually sign the bill, but it will become effective January 1. So 2 things will happen then. The withholding tables will change, so paychecks are going to be adjusted with more take-home pay, which is very good. And then the other component, and this is a big thing I think for us, is the idea that businesses now can say, "Hey, my business tax rate is going down. This is a good thing. I'm able to write off new equipment that I buy completely in the first year, and I don't have to deal with depreciation schedules." And I can just write this stuff off. So we're going to expand our business. And that's where we're going to see growth in our area, which I think is going to be a terrific thing for 2018.
But the left keeps saying that, it's a fantasy that the tax cut is going to increase wages and growth.
Yeah, except this is their problem, except it's not. So when people get their tax, they actually get their paychecks in the early part of next year, they're going to see more money because the withholdings have changed. And I think the political left made a strategic mistake. The mistake was we can intimidate the GOP not to do anything. And there was a real sense of resolve in the House and in the Senate to get this done and not allow this to be like the health care debate. And so the left, their approach was basically hyperbole, overstatement, overcharacterization, Armageddon language, none of which turns out to be true. And it wasn't persuasive to us. And so now, people say, well, the polls show that most folks don't have a high opinion of this. They will as they come to know it. And go back to 1986 when Ronald Reagan did his big tax reform plan, that was polling at 18%. when he signed that into law. And obviously, it had a huge impact from an economic point of view, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So I think, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. You took the words right out of my mouth. I just was going to ask you. No, it's funny because I was fortunate enough to go with Dan Proft, who's not here today, to the Republican.
But you look exactly like Dan.
We do.
I mean,
I was born a poor black child, as he once said. To be at the Republican convention in 2012, and there was an auxiliary scoreboard up there at the convention, and it had the national debt, and it was going up and up and up, and I forget what it was at that time, but it was a lot less than it is right now. And this was the Republican mantra: we've got to deal with the debt, and we've got to be fiscally responsible and all that. And the chutzpah of the Democrats, who ran as the "I care about you people" party, and that's why Obama was reelected, for them now to have their charts on the floor of the Senate and the House and say, look at how they're raising the debt. I mean, the unweaning arrogance, as the late Mayor Harold Washington would say.
Yeah, it's pretty rich in irony. And I think, look, most people say they're willing to use debt as a tool in their lives, and the proof of that is we take out a mortgage to buy a house because the house is ascending in value. We go out and we buy, we take out a loan for our business to buy new equipment because it adds value and so forth. And we're getting two things as we're taking this on. The first is we're getting a new tax code, and one that hasn't been updated literally in 30 years. Think about all the stuff that's happened since the Bears won the Super Bowl. That's how long ago this has been. And so we're getting a new tax code, and we're getting a more expansive economy. And that, I think, is the key. And we don't want an economy that is continuing to grow at this pretty low level where kids coming out of college, they got a hodgepodge around with 2 jobs and live in their parents' basement and all that nonsense. We want an economy that is expansive and growing and opportunistic and invitational. And I think that's ultimately what we're doing. So tax relief, better business environment. And look, here, somebody is going to spend this money that we're talking about today, either the private sector or the government. It's that simple. And our view is this is much better left in the private sector. It's going to be used for a higher purpose. It's going to be more productive. And after all, it is the taxpayers' money.
All right, Congressman Peter Roskam, thanks so much for joining us. Also, quickly, is your wife still making those watercolor calendars, and could Bruce Wolf have one?
Yeah, so they're oil paintings, number one. Number two, if you want one and you didn't get one, hashtag Bruce, go to RoskimForCongress.com, and there's a place to sign up for the calendar. If you were on the list in the past, you're still on it because it's very tough to get off a Roskim mailing list. I'm just saying.
I'm grandfathered in. It's beautiful.
Oh.
It's great.
All right, well, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, and Happy New Year.
See you guys. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Coming up next, one talk show host loses it when his boss gets fired. Oh, my goodness. But first, here's your forecast. Turn your mic on. No, turn it on again.
Hello? Oh, I don't know.
I know, they're sticky buttons. Sticky buttons. The name of my elementary school band.
Some guy who follows me on Twitter, his name is Sean from Elmwood Park, says the only good thing about this bill is the ramifications will lead to failures like Peter Roskam to be defeated.
Don't even bother reading that.
Who is this guy?
How's the forecast?
Who is this guy? Today, partly sunny and colder, high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40. Low tomorrow night, 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41. Low Friday night, 30. And now for a check of traffic, here is Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Amy. Good morning. Northbound Tri-State. See delays from Archer Avenue to the Hinsdale Oasis, then from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The Adams and Reagan Tollways are okay. Northbound Veterans Memorial now. It's a little sluggish approaching the Reagan Tollway. The Edens runs 22 minutes, Lake Hook to Montrose. Outbound 22 as well. Kennedy, 36 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 30. Eisenhower, 45 minutes, 390 to the Circle. Outbound 32. Stevenson, 47 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 36. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Hey, so many things to do to get ready for Christmas and New Year's. Wouldn't it be great to take a break? Make reservations for your family or your company's Christmas party at one of the Chicago Prime family-owned restaurants. There's Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian in Schaumburg, 5 o'clock Steakhouse in Milwaukee, and introducing the new Avante Banquets and Conference Center in Fox River Grove. Don't wait. Now is the time to book your Christmas lunch and dinner events. The Chicago Prime Restaurants and Avante Banquets can throw an amazing celebration for 10 to 600 guests. Plus, now through the end of the year, buy a $100 gift card and receive a $25 bonus card. Real quality food, organic produce, and only the finest ingredients made from scratch, along with an award-winning wine list, all at a reasonable price. The Chicago Prime family of restaurants, ready to make your Christmas season special. Visit Chicago Prime and Avante Banquets on the web and make your reservations today.
Got a big surprise this morning when I came to work. My pajamagrams have arrived. And if you're watching us on the web, you can see the pajama pants are wrapped around my neck. And if you want to go on Twitter, Justin Kosick and Keith Conrad are wearing my pajamagram. We tweeted it out at Amy Jacobson at Morning Answer. So do yourself a treat, ladies and guys. Check out the pajamagram. Oh, yeah. I am wearing around my neck the softest pajamas in the world. Cozier than cashmere, softer than a bunny, sexier than silk. If she's never had the world's softest experience, she's in for a Christmas treat. Forget going to the malls. Just go to pajamagram.com and get the world's softest flannel pajamas. They are the other pajamas to choose from. Plus, you don't have to wrap because every pajamagram includes free gift packaging and Christmas Day delivery guaranteed. Go to pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs. That's 1-800-GIVE-PJs and tell them Dan and Amy sent you.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I do feel better, and my MS, I used to be right-handed, and now all my fine motor skills are gone. I can't write, and I cannot use knives. I can't, cut and cook. So then I got my husband's Balance of Nature books out, and I'm like, oh, my God, all the food that I'm supposed to be eating is stuff that's in these pills. So it's easier for me to take a pill because I can't chop up some things, and I can't, I just can't do that for myself. That's why I started doing this, too, and I do have more energy that's working and helping me.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
AM 560, The Answer.
All right, so there's this broadcaster. Of course, I don't listen to ESPN, but
he's on TV.
He's on TV too. Oh,
I think he's on both.
Dan Le
Batard.
Dan Le Batard. Recently, a few days ago, John Skipper, the ESPN president, he suddenly resigned, claiming that he had a substance addiction, and not a lot more information was released. Now, I don't know if this guy Dan is worried about losing his job, or if he's really concerned about his now former boss.
The president of ESPN has resigned and sent to my colleagues at ESPN. It has been a privilege. I take great pride in your accomplishment and have complete confidence in your collective ability to continue ESPN's success. Now, I know I look like it and sound like a fool right now.
Yes, you do.
Bawling. The guy's bawling.
Yes. Cry, baby.
Cry!
But I want you to understand something, and I don't know what's coming. Like, I don't know if this is... I haven't talked to him, so I don't know how he's doing. And I care about him. But just so that you understand...
Yes.
This person has created everything that exists here at ESPN
baby,
for us.
Make him
and he did it because of how he cares about minorities and their causes.
It's my party, and I cry if I want to.
And so every success that we've had, I didn't want to work for ESPN. I wanted to work for this man, okay? And so I'm just sort of shocked and
quit.
hurt and scared, not for anything material, just scared because I want him to be okay, because this is not going to be a fun storm, whatever comes next after this.
Where did he touch you?
I mean, I know we all love our bosses.
Well, this Matthew Skipper, I mean, whatever his name is, he supposedly has a substance problem. What we want to know is, did the skipper touch Marianne and Ginger? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, to abruptly resign, I mean, they've had some major downsizing at ESPN, and they're very left-leaning organization.
Yeah, he helped
quite
minorities.
Political.
He helped minorities send it into the tank even further. Have you heard this, Jamel Hill? You can't listen to her. It's like, Colin Kaepernick Central.
And speaking of Colin Kaepernick, guess what he wants to do next?
Maybe become a man and not listen to his girlfriend all the time? What?
No, he wants to become a part owner of the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, yeah, because that's a sex scandal.
With P. Diddy and Stephen Curry. The three of them want to pool their money together. And I don't think Colin Kaepernick has enough money to even be a fourth of an owner.
What'll be great is when P. Diddy or whoever these guys are.
You don't know who P. Diddy is?
I know who these people are.
What song does P. Diddy sing?
P. Diddy's famous song, I really can't say, stay. Baby,
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold. Now, here's the thing.
I really can't say, so very nice.
So the thing is that P. Diddy or whoever, or Snoop Dogg, or whoever is going to buy who's ever going to buy the Carolina Panthers because Jerry Richardson, the owner, got caught with his hands in somebody's cookie jar.
He had a fetish for shaving women's legs, and he liked foot rubs. I mean, guys, stop with the feet and the upper thighs.
What's wrong?
Can we stop?
Well, if you're gonna rub a woman's feet, you want her leg to be shaved, okay? Because it's a real turnoff. Come on. They go together like love and marriage. So the thing is that he's going to bench. Kaepernick is never going to start for the Carolina Panthers.
No.
Ahead of Cam Newton, who told a female reporter this year, that he was. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that a chick would know a football question like that.
What did she know? Routes, play routes.
Yeah.
He was so surprised. Like,
women know play routes?
You did this. Isn't that so cute? You know play routes. I thought that was funny, lighthearted. I didn't see that as sexist. He was just having fun. He was flirting with her.
But anyway, Colin Kaepernick is not going to be able to start for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, even if he buys the team or is part owner of the team. No. Food for the Poor, we have teamed up with them for our annual campaign to provide water for life, food for a year for 3,000 children, and we are almost there. We're at 2,900. We are almost there at our goal to reach 3,000.
Why don't you throw in the extra $100, money bags? Why don't you do that?
I can't because of the new taxes. Okay. Go to 560theanswer.com/food. No, I made a donation. 560theanswer.com/food. Or if you want to become a business benefactor, $2,500 tax deductible donation. The money goes to Food for the Poor, and we give you 41-minute spots. Who do they call for that?
Well, I'll tell you who they call or whom they call. Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527, 847-871-1527. Ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food. Text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, in a rare move, Chick-fil-A opens on a Sunday, and now they're being criticized for that. Can't win to lose. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Here in Chicago, we do have some sunshine this very early morning, but expect clouds for most of the day, 31 degrees. GOP tax reform bill will likely be headed to the president's desk after a final vote by the House later today. The House has already approved that bill, but they're going to have to do it again because of technical rules forced on them by Senate Democrats. The bill passed the Senate overnight, 51-48. House Speaker Paul Ryan says the bill is about expanding opportunity.
Workers are going to get a more level playing field. That's going to boost wages. That's going to bring more jobs back home.
At a Capitol briefing, the House Speaker says he's unconcerned about polls showing the tax bill is unpopular. The NTSB is making progress in its investigation into Monday's deadly Amtrak train derailment in Washington state. Investigators hope data recorders on the train will help them determine why it was going 80 miles per hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. A Massachusetts man is spending the next 3 decades behind bars for plotting to support ISIS and plotting to behead a conservative blogger. David Wright cried as a federal judge handed down that sentence. Wright had crafted a plan with his uncle and a friend in 2015 to travel to New York and behead Pamela Geller, an act of revenge for her holding a contest to draw the prophet Muhammad, something some Muslims consider blasphemous. Cardinal Bernard Law is dead, according to a high-ranking source in the Catholic Church. Law, you may recall, resigned in disgrace from the Boston Archdiocese in 2002 amid the investigation into child sexual abuse. 7:32, the news, a service of Chevrolet. This holiday season, Chevy invites you to become part of the family with the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what they pay, not a cent more. Visit ChevroletEmployeeDiscount.com for vehicle eligibility and details. Chevrolet, find new roads. 7:33, we'll have a check of traffic and weather coming up on the way next on AM 560.
While you prepare for your holiday feast, don't forget to get ready for cold and flu season with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, the #1 preferred thermometer by pediatricians.
Hi, Barry Sterner, founder of Townstone Financial. I want to answer some frequently asked home mortgage questions today. First, how much do I need for a down payment? There are 1% down payment programs currently running, as well as programs that will allow you to get the entire down payment as a gift. We also have programs where a family member can co-sign for the mortgage in order to help the borrower qualify. Do I need perfect credit to qualify for a loan? The answer is no. All these programs have restrictions, so please give me a call at 312-896-2110, and I'll be happy to go over them. Another question is, can I take cash out of my house to pay off high-interest credit card debt? The answer is yes, but you need to have enough equity in your house to make it happen. Why Townstone instead of the big banks? Because since 2002, we pride ourselves on beating the big banks on closing costs and interest rates every day. Remember, nobody values your home mortgage business more than Townstone. I guarantee it, and I own the company. So call 312-896-2110 or go to townstone.com.
Listen to the Townstone Financial Show Saturdays at 1 p.m. here on AM 560. Townstone Financial is an Indiana, Wisconsin, Illinois mortgage licensee 6629 and NMLS 136639.
What religious rights do students have in a community college? This is Law and Justice with Jay Sekulow.
I go to the Northern Virginia Community College campus, and we're trying to start a ministry there called College Life Crew. We wrote up a constitution, filled out an application, and they're saying it takes about 3 to 6 months to get us approved. And then this summer, they told me that they're not going to approve us. They're not going to allow us to be a recognized organization because we said that Christians have to be in the leadership.
Okay, well, then they should have under their equal access policy, you should have immediate access. And by the way, I litigated at the court this very issue at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals of having Christians in leadership. And the answer was, of course you can. A Democratic student club should be run by Democrats. A Republican student club should be run by Republicans. A Catholic student group should be run by Catholic students. A Baptist student union should be run by Baptist students. So the law is very good there. You hang on the line, Jonathan. We're going to get you some help.
To listen to Law and Justice or learn how to subscribe to one of our podcasts, visit us online at aclj.org. That's aclj.org.
7:35. Let's get a check of the roads now in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. We're now seeing delays on the northbound Veterans Memorial Tollway, 355. It's heavy 75th to the Reagan Tollway. Then from the Army Trail Toll to 290. Reagan Tollway's fine, so is the Adams Tollway. Northbound Tri-State, stop and go Archer to the Hinsdale Oasis, then from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The Edens runs 21 minutes either way between Lake Cook and Montrose. Got Kennedy, 36 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 30. Eisenhower holding at 43 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 32. Stevenson, 47 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 36. Rye, 32 minutes, 95th to downtown. Traffic is a service of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. Leave your daily routine behind and head to the Cayman Islands on United Airlines. Less than a 4-hour nonstop flight from Chicago. Award-winning 7-mile beach, diving, and more await in the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Book your Cayman vacation at unitedvacations.com/Cayman. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny and colder, a high of 38 today. Cloudy and 29 overnight. High near 40 tomorrow. 41, spotty drizzle and 41. Between Thursday and Friday, expect a wintry mix to fall across the area. And as the days go on, the snow line begins to move closer to Chicago, so we'll keep an eye on that. Saturday, 34, Sunday, flurries and 29. 31 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf. Sitting in for Dan this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 on your mobile device. Now available on iHeartRadio. Online at iHeartRadio.com.
Listen to podcasts of Joe Walsh and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
So Christmas is basically less than a week away. Can you hear okay out of your headphones?
Yes, I can.
Why can't I hear out of my head? Wait, hold on.
Try the
stand
other
by.
ear, Vincent.
Okay, stop. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Crisis avoided. Christmas less than a week away, and on Christmas Eve, there's an annual event, and I've never seen anything like it in my life, where people, it's on the south side at the Paul Hall Community Center, people line up for hours waiting to get basics, food. They want to provide for a Christmas dinner. And some of the kids get toys and clothes, and it's really, I know we're a benevolent society, and there's so many ways that you can help this Christmas season, but this is a real need, and every year they need our help. So every year at this time, we bring back Reverend Paul Hall from the Paul Hall Community Center. Good morning, Reverend. How are you?
Fine. Amy, how are you doing? And Bruce, how are you doing?
Very good. Happy
God
Hanukkah.
that you allowed us to come on.
Yeah. So what is the need this year? I know, in 2007 and 2008, those were some really rough times. A lot of people, they were just barely getting by, and people couldn't donate. Are you seeing a large donations this year so far, or what's going on?
It's an escalation in people that's in need, and I'm seeing grandparents and great-grandparents standing in line with their grandchildren, and they have taken custody of these babies because the mom is usually strung out, probably on substance abuse, and most of the daddies can be found or incarcerated. And what we're trying to do is fill that void for Christmas. A lot of the kids are saying, they cried last year. They really wasn't interested that much in toys, although they accepted them, but they need clothes and they need food. One of the camera crews of Chicago followed the family home, and the babies started jumping up, talking about, Mommy, we got food. Mommy, we have food for Christmas. And for 50 years, I've been doing this and fasting all the way to Christmas Day. I will not eat until Christmas morning. Till I made sure that 1,000 of these people that's needy in Chicago from the various communities from Inglewood to Woodlawn to West Lawndale to Pullman have a meal on their table. We're going to give away hopefully 600 coats, and we're going to hopefully give away a couple of thousand toys. But the most important thing I need is food on these children, on these families' tables. These are little old ladies with 3 and 4. I've seen one with 6 grandbabies trying to raise them at 60, 70, 80 years old. And we can't fault the children, and we can't sit and watch children not eat or have a Christmas meal. So I fasted and I'm praying, we're short of meat. Whatever anybody can give, we need turkeys or hams. We'll take chickens. People are just grateful. We ran out of meat last year, and they were just happy to get bread, canned goods. And they said, tell whoever donated this, thanks from the bottom of their heart.
And it's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy to donate because what I do every year, Bruce, I go to the Jewels. I can't call it Jewel. I go to the Jewels and I just fill up the minivan with as many turkeys or chickens or hams. And that's, I like the stuffing and the canned goods to other people.
Well, you didn't bring enough
meat.
last year. They ran out and they had to give away bread. So why don't you buy a little bit more? Stop being so selfish.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, is Amy the most selfish person? I mean, Reverend Hall, this Amy. She thinks she gives, but she could give a little more. I think you could give a little more, Amy.
Yeah, but Bruce, what she did, and I know the time is limited. There was a family living in their cars about 5 years ago. They had 2 sons, no shoes, no socks, or actually living in their cars. Amy went and got them out the cars, brought the kids in, carried them in, and we found socks and shoes and coats to get. These are the people that we're trying to provide from, and they're from all races.
Yeah, that was a white family.
And that was a white family.
And that was, remember how cold it was that day? Oh.
It was cold. It was snowing. It was cold.
Reverend Hall, enough about how good Amy is. Let me tell you about me for a second, Reverend Hall. My father had a hardware store at 3905 West 16th Street, okay? It was called Harry.
Well,
It's 3905 16th Street. And it was called Harry's Hardware, even though his name is Ira. He didn't want to lose the goodwill named Harry.
Right.
Who he bought it from. So and things were bad then. I mean, and we're talking about 50 years ago. And it seems like it just stays that way, and it's so sad. And, and we conservatives, we're the bah humbug Scrooges who always say, lift yourself up by your bootstraps. But it really can't. It can't be done. These are the destitute people. And, my heart goes out. And fortunately, Amy's wallet goes out. My heart only. Its heart is cheap. And, it's sad.
But there's all these reports out there saying the unemployment rate among African Americans is the lowest ever. Do you see that in your community?
Yes, I see struggling in the community every day just to maintain, just to pay your bills. I see a lot of folks that's out of work walking the streets. We're saying that the unemployment rate is going down, but I don't see it in the community.
Well, you know what one of the problems was, Reverend Hall, and I hate to get sociological here because I know we're talking about bringing the money in and the goods, and it's good, and we should. But, if you remember the Moynihan report, like from 1965, whatever, black unemployment, the unemployment rate was going down. Even though it was going down, and when you thought, okay, that's going to put families back together and where there's going to be prosperity in the community, unfortunately, while that was going down, then the families were breaking up even more because people didn't realize there was a sea change going on in society, and it was called the sexual revolution. And there's winners and losers in that, and the losers are the people at the bottom of the barrel, which is in the ghetto, as we used to call it. And and that's what's so sad here. And of course, these are problems that are beyond our capability of trying to figure out. You're trying to get people to eat tomorrow, and it's a wonderful thing.
Right, and trying to also educate them about life and parenting and what to do when you do have money, how to prepare a balanced meal for those children. And I know these are the kids that really need Bruce to be helped, because when we give the toys away and the coats, you can smell the soiledness in their clothes. Because these are the kids that's not privileged to wash or dry here. These are the kids' school uniform doubled as their pajamas. And it's real hurting to me to see this. But we have to show love. And Chicago's a big city with broad shoulders. And we help each other. And I've been working all my life to pull us up, people up by their own bootstraps. But sometimes there comes a time that we have to reach out and ask folks for a little help. And I really need help. I have diabetes. I'm losing one eye, but I'm not giving up on this fight to help
and
those
you've been
that
doing
are
this,
in need.
Yeah, and 50 years you've been doing this? How long have you been doing the Christmas Eve?
50 years. In the projects I started. I'm one of the first people in the city of Chicago organization that start feeding the poor at this time, along with the Salvation Army and the Red Cross and other organizations. But we do it, and you see the line several blocks long.
Oh, it's amazing.
Somebody show up at 6:30 in the morning, they're hurting. They need this food. And I'm asking this great radio station and listeners, WIND, please rally and help us. And they can call 773-298-1209. You don't even have to get out your car. Just make a call. If you drive by and drop off a donation, someone would assist you with it. The area is real safe. And the people say the reason why it's safe, because most of the folks that have been incarcerated, they don't bother around that summer because I feed their mothers and their grandmothers while they're incarcerated.
Where is this? Where's the location?
So where's the location?
The location is 10140 South Holster Street. All you have to do is take the Dan Ryan and 99th Street and come off.
Or you can even go off of 57th. Yeah.
Right.
Off of I-57, you can jump off of there.
You can come out of I-57 if you're coming south. If you're coming from north, you come off of 99th Street, and the center sits 2 blocks south of the Dan Ryan exit at 99th Street.
What's the phone number again?
If I ever needed help, Amy, I really...
Oh, I'll be seeing you on Saturday because I know they line up. They line up Sunday at 6:30 a.m. And what time do you release the food?
We'll release the food around about 11 o'clock on Sunday. We're doing it on I like to do it when I know we're looking for those that are in need that will come out on Christmas Eve and get the food. And we give them everything from celery to turkeys to hams, everything that would keep them for a couple of weeks.
All right, Reverend
and
Paul.
it's going to be a release.
What's the number again?
The number is 773-298-1209. So just fill up your car with toys, some coats, hats, gloves, and food,
And
turkey
one
and
more-
ham,
and one
and
more
then
ham
drive
for
by and you call the number, and literally it takes just minutes. Then they come out to your car and they take the food and the coats, and then and it's a safe neighborhood.
You're going to make me cry. You're going to make me cry.
Well, good luck, and God bless you. Yeah, God bless you for all that you do.
Merry
and thank you.
Christmas.
To everybody.
Merry Christmas, Reverend
And happy Hanukkah. God bless you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye, Reverend Paul Hall. He joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
That was very nice. You joked around about Hanukkah, and he
said
to
Happy
you,
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
And he's
'cause
crying out of one eye. Right
tonight.
I mean, no, seriously.
Tonight's the last night of Hanukkah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, thank you very much. But in lieu of saying Happy Hanukkah,
Yes.
because talk is cheap, I want you to give one more turkey this year to the Reverend
Okay,
Paul Hall.
I will.
One
And it'll
more.
be
when you
Turkey
feel like
Bruce.
when you've gone in line at the Jewels, the plural Jewels.
I go to the Jewel on 75th Street. I save a ton of money. I can buy so much more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The price markups from
Yeah.
Southport to 75th Street.
When you
it's
go
a different
there,
world.
you say, "I have given enough. Just one more."
Okay, and I'll
Just
call
one
it Turkey
more.
Bruce.
There
Hey,
we
Turkey
go.
Bruce, what's the forecast going to be?
And I was just going to give you today's and tomorrow's forecast, but I'm going to give you Friday's as well because I'm going to give one more. Today, partly sunny and colder, high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low at 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40, low tomorrow night, 34. And Friday, yeah, this is your little bonus coverage right now. Cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41, low of Friday night, 30. And I'm going to ask Jim Telemani, in the spirit of this, to tell us, what the traffic is like at 99th Street and the Dan Ryan so that they can get to the Reverend Paul Hall Center.
Excellent idea,
Yeah.
Bruce. If you're headed south that way, everything's wide open. No delays at all in the outbound Ryan or the outbound Bishop Ford or I-57. Inbound, it is heavy from just before 95th and actually from before that on Bishop Ford. You've got delays from 115th up to the merge, and then those delays continue up to 79th Street. So it is slow on the Bishop Ford onto the Ryan. I-57 slow 103rd to the merge. And the Ryan runs 32 minutes, 95th to downtown. The heaviest delays are from 47th to the Circle. Eden's 20 minutes, Lake Cook to the Junction, outbound 24. Kennedy, 38 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 30. The Ike, 51 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 36. Stevenson, 53 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Tollway delays are on the northbound Tri-State and the northbound Veterans Memorial. The other tollways are fine. I'm Jim Talamonte, the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. In 2018, the GOP's continued standing as the majority party will turn on the participation of culturally anxious voters, the people who appreciate the distinctions between liberty and libertinism, the people who understand the implications of erasing the lines between decency and indecency, the people who are respectful of the time, money, and lives of others, the people who recognize identity politics for the cultural poison that it is, the people who still talk of men and women without the cisgender modifier, the people whose lives are defined by the love of family and friends, not the popularity of a hashtag campaign, the people who will listen to rather than shout down an opposing viewpoint, the people who see things for what they are rather than redefine them through a distorted political lens, the people who believe in being their brother's keeper but don't believe they should be forced to be a sugar daddy. It won't be a single issue. It's not going to be a question of one accomplishment or one failure. It'll turn on whether or not Republicans let cultural Marxists run roughshod over people in their offices, their churches, and their kids' schools. The GOP's majority status will turn on its ability to serve as political Xanax to the culturally anxious.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm doing great. I'm loving the balance of nature. I don't know, my hair feels fuller. I think my skin looks nice. I do see improvement, and I'm a very energetic person even with type 2 diabetes and everything. I always feel pretty good. So this is really, I think I even have more energy on this, which is great. Some products are, just phony products, and they just tell you. But the people from Balance of Nature, when you hear, I listen to the radio show so many times, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? I should just try it.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
Why put an alarm system in your home? How about experiencing the peace of mind that comes from knowing everything that is important to you is watched over and protected even when you can't be there? Alarm Detection Systems has the reputation, experience, and personnel to provide the best security services for all kinds of properties. Alarm Detection Systems is family owned. Our number is local, and a live person always answers when you call. Your account will be monitored right here in Illinois, not 5 states away. If you already have a system and you're experiencing poor customer service, long wait times on the phone, or hidden fees from your current company, then make the switch now to Alarm Detection Systems. We carry the latest technology, including app control from multiple devices. Alarm Detection Systems even provides service and repair coverage on weekends and holidays. We want to earn your business, so our on-site consultation is always free. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. That's 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
AM 560, The Answer.
Hola! Woo! Hey, it's that time of year again. It's going to be 13 degrees next week for a high. That's miserable. So, you know where it's warm and sunny? Riviera Maya, Mexico.
Well, we're in Mexico.
Well, that's where we'll be.
Wait, is that Dan Prof?
Yeah, that's where we'll be heading.
Oh, my God.
In 2018 with Apple Vacations. And you're invited to come along with us. We'll be staying at the Secrets Maroma Beach Riviera Cancun Resort and Spa in Riviera Maya, Mexico. It has 9 gourmet restaurants, 6 bars serving unlimited premium drinks, 24-hour room service.
What is going on here?
This beautiful, unlimited luxury, adults only resort is situated on Maroma Beach. It's recognized as one of the world's best beaches. So get more information. Book your trip by visiting 560theanswer.com/passport. Now, the price that Apple Vacations has secured for this trip is incredible and exclusive to us, but it's only available for a limited time. And last year, a lot of people kind of dragged their feet on this, and they weren't able to go on the trip. So get on this. It's a great gift for your loved one. Have an experience instead of giving a gift, you know?
Yes.
That's after you give to Food for the Poor. So here's what you do. Don't miss out. Enjoy a week in Riviera Maya, Mexico with us. Visit 560theanswer.com/passport. That's 560theanswer.com/passport.
Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Lake County Right to Life is looking for like-minded people to help save lives, to support women, mothers and fathers, unborn babies, families, and the elderly. Can you help? Lake County Right to Life takes an active part in both the educational and lobbying aspects of the Right to Life movement. They recognize the need to become actively involved in electing pro-life, pro-family legislators and formed the Lake County PAC to elect local Lake County candidates who support life-affirming legislation on your behalf. Legislation that saves thousands of lives and doesn't impose on you, the taxpayer, for the lesser good. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but it takes all of us working together to accomplish a society that celebrates life and protects our most vulnerable. For donations or information about educating the public concerning current life issues and legislations, go to the Lake County Right to Life website, lcrtl.org. That's lcrtl.org. You can also follow Lake County Right to Life on Facebook.
Famous conservative quotes, presented by Automated Systems.
Barry Goldwater, in his famous book, The Conscience of a Conservative, wrote, "Any government that is big enough to give you all you want is also big enough to take it all away." How true this seems now.
It's important we support companies that share our conservative values. If you are a manufacturer, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. As a software and systems integration company, Automated Systems creates custom solutions to make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. It doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, Automated Systems delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you, man, to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI.
The war on depression is over.
You win.
Depression, with all the drugs and side effects, the endless counseling, the frustration with life and relationships.
The war is over. You win.
In a few short weeks, your life will change.
It's TMS therapy.
Over 1 million people have been treated, and the results are nothing short of outstanding. It's FDA cleared. It's covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross Blue Shield and Medicare.
Most drugs and other treatments just mask the depression.
TMS treats the cause, so you can win the war with your depression. Remission or cure.
Depression gone.
Get a free consultation at one of the HPR centers in Chicagoland and Wisconsin. Ask questions.
For you or someone you love, safe, revolutionary, effective treatment for depression.
Let depression recovery begin. HPR centers.
800-604-0208. 800-604-0208.
Go to endmydepression.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, man, we can sing this.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rocks. Jingle bell time. Dasher and Dancer and Donner and Blitzen and Richard Nixon. I don't know. I don't remember this song either. I say we do a medley. We do a medley.
Richard Nixon.
We do the Hallelujah chorus.
Hallelujah.
We do the Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth.
You had big
Freude
dreams.
And, you know, we throw in Baby It's Cold Outside and call it a Christmas, okay? All right?
Business benefactor. Why don't you tell us quickly about the business benefactor
Let me tell
program?
you about it because this is a great Good Works program here at AM 560. The Answer. It's the AM 560, The Answer Food for the Poor Campaign 27. You know all about it. You've heard about it. But how about our business benefactor program? With this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560 The Answer. You want to be involved in this? Call sales manager Michael Mann directly at 847-871-1527. That's 847-871-1527. Ask for the Business Benefactor Program, or you can visit 560theanswer.com, search for the keyword food, or text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636.
All right. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, aliens and embryos. But first, here's Mike Scott.
A DCFS investigation of 2 infant deaths in Chicago. Ives unveils pension plans. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
There's one final vote left. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Then tax reform goes to the president to sign.
We're talking about pulling this country out of the mess it's in. And it's going to take this.
Republican Senator Orrin Hatch, the Senate approved it after midnight, but had to make some last-minute tweaks. A few provisions violated some arcane rules, so the House will vote again in a few hours. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, House Speaker Paul Ryan says the changes won't materially impact the bill as they vote a second time today. He joked on Fox and Friends.
Because we had such a good time yesterday, we just wanted to do it again today.
Democrats like Senator Elizabeth Warren say the tax bill is a win for the rich.
Working people will pay more so that giant corporations can pay less.
President Trump tweeted a congratulations to Republicans overnight and announced the White House is planning a news conference after the final House vote. Dave.
Rachel, at least 12 people are dead in Mexico when a bus taking cruise passengers on an excursion to the Mayan ruins crashed.
Reportedly 5 Americans among the dead, including a South Florida grandmother and her grandson, all of whom were enjoying a rich pre-Christmas week-long Western Caribbean cruise.
Fox's Phil Keating, a Roman Catholic cardinal, has died. Bernard Law was 86, forever linked to the church's child sex abuse scandal.
Cardinal Bernard Law resigned as archbishop and moved to Rome after the Boston Globe reported that he had knowingly transferred abusive clergy, this without warning parents or authorities. Survivor groups were outraged when in 2004, Law was appointed archpriest of one of Rome's 4 most important churches.
That's Fox's Courtney Walsh at the Vatican. A man who now claims the late Michael Jackson molested him loses in courts. Wade Robson had sued 2 Jackson-owned corporations for exposing him to Jackson, but a judge ruled they aren't liable. Robson had testified on Jackson's behalf when the singer was acquitted in a 2005 trial. He then testified he was never molested. Fox News, fair and balanced.
31 degrees. 8:02 on AM 560, The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. A 6-year-old girl is safe after she was taken by her mother over the weekend in Oak Park. Zoe Stegmeyer, kidnapped by Wendy Jarvis during a court-supervised visit at a local restaurant Saturday. The girl and her mother were found by U.S. Marshals at a hotel in Farmington Hills, Michigan, suburban Detroit. Jarvis is being held at the Oakland County Jail. Chicago police are questioning a man after a 5-year-old boy accidentally shot himself in the hand on the south side. The child apparently was holding a gun last night when it went off near 81st and Coles. Authorities are investigating the deaths of 2 infants on Chicago's south side. One, a 3-month-old boy who died Monday. A 3-month-old girl passed away in the hospital early yesterday. She was found unresponsive near 130th Place and South Drexel. Governor Honors Republican challenger Jeannie Ives is asking for big changes to address the pension crisis at all levels of state government. AM 560's David Stewart with details.
State Representative Jeannie Ives wants to amend the state constitution and allow local governments to declare bankruptcy as a way out of the pension crisis. Ives says she wants to change that part of the constitution that bans the reduction of existing pension benefits.
I will build coalitions in both the General Assembly and within the Illinois electorate to amend Article 8, Section 5 of the Illinois Constitution dealing with pension benefits.
Ives also says existing pension benefits need to be renegotiated at all levels, something local bankruptcies would enable. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Chicago sports, Bears guard Kyle Long with successful surgery. No Bears, by the way, selected to the NFL Pro Bowl. The Bulls continue their Christmas miracle, a turnaround when they face the Magic tonight, looking for their 7th straight win. This time at the United Center, the Blackhawks go for their 6th straight win tomorrow night versus the Stars in Dallas. The news, a service of Tenacious Work Gear by Ergodyne. Feeling that Windy City chill? Get worker-approved and preferred Ergodyne warming gear for you and your crew. Built for professional-grade performance no matter the weather. Find it today at your nearest Chicagoland Home Depot store. 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network, a service of Turnkey.pro, here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, BlackBerry, formerly just a phone company, now also a cybersecurity business, made money in its recent quarter. The profit, excluding some special expenses, was a surprise. Its sales from software and services increased. General Mills, the food company that sells you everything from Cheerios to Yoplait yogurt, is reporting a stronger quarter. Its business was better than expected. Cereal sales and snack sales both increased. All those online purchases are boosting shipping. FedEx is reporting stronger business in its recent quarter, and it says customer service levels have been outstanding. FedEx is predicting stronger earnings for the full year. The company believes it will be helped by the Republican tax legislation. The Dow dropped 37 yesterday, the Nasdaq was down 30, and the S&P dropped 8. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
8:05, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
This Christmas season, give the gift of a great meal, courtesy of Chicago Prime Steakhouse and Chicago Prime Italian Restaurant in Schaumburg. Now through December 22nd, enter to win a $50 gift card, redeemable at either restaurant. When you enter to win on the AM 560 mobile app. To download the app and enter, just visit 560theanswer.com/mobile or text the word app to 64636 and make your reservations today at ChicagoPrimeSteakhouse.com or ChicagoPrimeItalian.com.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
It is 8:07 and time for a check of the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. In Midlothian, got a fire in the 3300 block of West 147th. That is near Holman Avenue. Eden's inbound. Traffic is tight approaching the junction. 20 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 24. Kennedy, 38 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 23 from Montrose, 22 in the Express. Outbound, 13 minutes to Montrose and 32 O'Hare. On Eisenhower, 51 minutes, 390 to downtown. 36 from Manheim. Outbound, 36 minutes, 390. About Stevenson, 53 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound, 42. Ryan is 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the Marriage Bishop Ford, 35. Northbound Tri-State delays are from 95th to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Veterans Memorial, slow 75th to the Reagan Tollway. The Army Trail toll to 290. Southbound, the Army Trail toll to Roosevelt. Eastbound I-80 is heavy, 80th Avenue to Oak Park Avenue. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next, but first, your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today, partly sunny, high 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy with a low 29. Cloudy tomorrow, high 40, then remaining cloudy at night. A late night shower in spots with a low tomorrow night 34. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
31 at O'Hare. Next news at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with our friend Bruce Wolf sitting in with us this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Money Hour radio show, Saturday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer. Brought to you by Pearshell Financial Group.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Hello, welcome back to AM 560, The Answer. Amy Jacobson here, Bruce Wolf in the his. What time did you get to work today?
I got here
before the Senate vote was taken?
I got here Sunday night because I thought I was sitting in Monday and Tuesday as well. And
but
out
you got bigfooted.
Yeah, I did.
By someone named Sean from Elmwood Park. And with that, we welcome Sean from Elmwood Park to the show. Hi, Sean. How are you? Do you miss me?
I do very much. I don't miss that 3:30 in the morning. See, for Bruce, that time change is no different. He's 1,000 years old. He's got his prune juice and his footy pajamas. He's in bed at 6:30. So getting up at 3:30, he's just looking for a deal at Denny's. And by the way, Bruce, you were very generous yesterday. Food for the Poor with your visa ending in 4109. I think it was you that pushed him over the top. But, you did good. You did good with Roscom. Little kid gloves, but, you're not...
Well, wait a minute. I asked Roscom the question. We had Congressman Roscom on last hour, and I asked him the tough questions.
Well, so did I.
And for example, with with Illinois being a blue state, if we're going to lose on this, I mean, he had responses to this, and then I get a tweet from you that says, "Oh no, this guy isn't worried about entitlements and how we're going into debt." Of course, and if we do that, Sean, we don't get any Republicans elected. But you go ahead and speak to that.
They're following the Weimar system. And what he did, and Amy and I cheated yesterday, we were listening to him on CNN, where he basically said the exact same thing, only he just changed the names. Okay, so today it was Bruce and Amy. Because here's the real scam. Every one of these scoundrels is going back to their hometowns, and they're saying the same thing, how they fought for you. And that's not the case. But those are the talking points that will help them raise money and pretend to be...
Sean, they lowered the taxes. They're lowering taxes. But the problem is that, we do have to face this... the entitlements coming, they're going to be coming due. You guys are going to be paying for my Social Security and my Medicare.
Oh, great.
Well, then that is a problem, but we can't deal with that right now because otherwise we don't get Donald Trump elected. Go ahead, you speak, Sean.
Wolf, this is the same thing they always do, right? Because what they want to give you, pretend they're giving you money up front, but they're not talking about the hidden tax of inflation. That's why the good thing you did is when you asked them about the debt, you almost threw them off. Because what the plan is by the Keynesians is to inflate their way out of the problem, which is why he talked about the debt, the national debt, which is a representation of their mindless spending. Like you would a house. Did you hear him do that? It's like it's leveraged. Don't worry, it's leveraged. Like that poor dad, rich dad thing that they kept selling you, how you should take all your money and leverage it to the bank. See, this is what we've done, is we've become a leveraged bank nation. And that's what they're playing on, because they don't want you to focus on the fact they were never supposed to have this debt. They're never supposed to spend a nickel above what they take in, because once they do, they can use it like a crowbar to pry your property away. But now they think they're outsmarting me, because what their play is to inflate the cost of everything else and tax you on the back end, because inflation is a tax.
But we don't have inflation right now. You say we're going to get inflation.
Ask that reverend who you had on if you have inflation. Ask those people living in the car if you have inflation. They're having you look at this Wall Street Ponzi scheme, and they're trying to distract you. The real people shopping and working and struggling, they know where the inflation is.
Right.
The Peter Roskams of the world, they have no idea.
And by the way, the word is poppycopic, which I trademarked. But thank you, Sean.
That's all right.
Hey, Sean, we can hear you.
Enjoy yourself. I miss both of you.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
People can hear you tonight. Why don't you promote what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Joe Walsh's show from 5 to 7, and we'd have Bruce on, but he'd start talking about the Kardashians again, and they try to burn us out of there like Frankenstein. You can't talk about the Kardashians to Joe Walsh's crew, okay, Bruce?
Are you?
He's filling in for
he's
Joe
that
Walsh
supple. He can actually do a morning show and an afternoon show. That's unbelievable.
Well,
We
Sean
can do
will
it
be
all,
listening.
but you got better hair.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks, Sean. Take
Thanks,
care.
Sean.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
So the only reason I'm
Maybe.
here is because Sean has to do
here
Joe
we
Walsh's
go.
show.
No, you are here because we want you here.
All right, fine.
Okay?
It's okay.
And we have better ratings anyway. Or maybe we don't. Kidding?
Yeah, you
Sorry,
do.
joke.
Yeah, you do.
No,
But
we
who
do.
cares? Everybody's doing
It's all
well.
right.
Everybody's.
You know what?
It's
It's all
fantastic.
good.
Yes.
All right. So tell me about this UFO scandal because I keep hearing about it. I
Okay.
keep seeing UFOs. I don't know if I believe in UFOs.
Neither
Does
do I.
anybody out there believe in UFOs? 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey Debt Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment.
Here's the story. What's funny is everybody's talking about this new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. And
Wait, did you see it?
No, and I'm not going to because I haven't seen anything past. I tried to watch the fourth one, and I fell asleep in it, and that was it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
prequel. So I haven't watched anything since the original, 3, which were great. But everybody's talking about Star Wars when, in fact, we have real aliens possibly that we saw in 2004 off the coast of San Diego. There was this pilot named Farver, and they asked him, what's your vector, Farver?
What's your vector, Victor?
Yeah,
We need clearance?
And there we go. And they saw this object that was twirling around, and they couldn't make sense of it. It sounds real. There was actually this black budgeted thing through Harry Reid. It gets a little complicated right here for the study of UFOs. It was a secret, like $22 million. And now it's coming to the fore. There was a story out a few days ago tonight on Tucker Carlson. I believe Commander Farver is going to be on. And they saw this UFO, which they couldn't explain how it was there.
Well, how
There's
big
actual
was it? Do they
video
know?
of it.
Isn't it-
You can actually see video of it.
Oh, that's what I keep seeing.
Yeah. And it's this
It looks like a
this white
mosquito on a
thing.
windshield.
Yeah, it does. And they could not explain, how it was zooming, past them and doing all kinds of things that you wouldn't expect. And this was in the New York Times. It's not the National Enquirer. Now, of course, we're going to look at it with a grain of salt, or perhaps even more than that, because it's just hard to fathom. But there may be something to this, and it's been kept a secret from us for the past 13
Well, why is the
years.
government, allegedly keeping it a secret?
Well, because I don't. That's
Is
a
it going
good
to
question.
crash into the earth?
That's a good question.
Do they want to become citizens?
You
These
know,
are real aliens?
I'm a little bit concerned because I know that they're going to try to lure us onto their craft, and it's going to be me that's going to have to say, it's a cookbook! How to Serve Man. Twilight Zone episode, little reference right there. There's actually a possibility that there are UFOs. We're talking about a Star Wars movie right now, but there might have been and I'm jaundiced. I look, with a very skeptical eye at things like this, but there might be something to the fact that there was a UFO scene, and it's coming to the fore now. Nobody's talking about it, but it was in the New York Times of all things just the other day.
There's certain things we don't like. We didn't know that there was a special fund in Congress to pay off sexual harassment victims.
Right.
Do we know that? No. We even had Adam Kinzinger on. He never is. He's a congressman, has been for a while. Never even heard of it.
Lots of things are kept from
Lots
us.
of things are kept.
I'm not a
yeah.
conspiracy theorist kind of guy, And I'm not accepting this at face value, but there might be something to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just lost the picture, but what we've seen speaks for itself. The Corvair spacecraft has apparently been taken over, conquered, if you will, by a master race of giant space ants. It's difficult to tell from this vantage point whether they will consume the captive Earthmen or merely enslave them. One thing is for certain, there is no stopping them. The ants will soon be here. And I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. I'd like to remind them that as a trusted TV personality, I can be helpful in rounding up others to toil in their underground sugar caves.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Aliens, embryos, phone calls, 312-642-5600 is our Turnkey Dapro answer line. What is the answer in the weather department? Because we should enjoy it now, because I hear it's going to be really cold come Christmas. In the teens.
Wow.
Well, what about my
Just the
feral
way
cats?
Roy Moore likes them. Today, partly sunny and colder, high of 38 tonight. Becoming cloudy. Yeah, I got a clearance sale on my Roy Moore jokes because you really can't talk about him anymore. Low 29 tonight. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40. Low tomorrow night, 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle, high of 41. Low Friday night at 30. Now for a check of traffic. I think he's up in one of them UFOs right now. Jim Telemonte.
Anywhere we can get a look at the roads. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Amy. Kennedy inbound. Relatively okay. The delays are from Central Fullerton and then from Division to the Burn Circle. At this time of the morning, 38 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. It's not too bad. 23 from Montrose, 22 in the Express. Outbound 34 to the airport. Eden's 20 minutes. Lake Cook to the Kennedy. Outbound 24 minutes. The Eisenhower got a crash at Des Plaines Avenue in the right lane. 58 minutes, 390 to downtown. 41 from Manheim. Outbound 35 minutes to 390. Stevenson, 53 minutes, 355 to the drive. Outbound 42. The Ryan, 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57 is clear now. Bishop Ford's 35 minutes, 8094 to the merge. Lakeshore Drive southbound, still Lawrence to North Avenue. Northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Northbound Tri-State stop and go 95th to 31st. And from the Reagan toll to North Avenue. Veterans Memorial, really heavy southbound. Army Trail toll to Roosevelt. Northbound 75th to the Reagan Tollway, Army Trail to 290. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
And here we go. I just wanted to mention that, according to this, Commander David Fravor, the guy who saw the UFOs, he was one of the pilots in 2004. He said that it looked like a 40-foot-long Tic Tac. So, I mean, these things may be real. Guys, listen up, because I have some big news that'll blow you away. Your wife or girlfriend will be easy to shop for this Christmas. That's right, you heard me. Pajamagram is taking your holiday worries away with the world's softest flannel pajamas. The last-minute runs to the mall, those days are over. This year, get her what you know she wants. Huggable, snuggable flannel sleepwear. The world's softest flannel pajamas are available exclusively at pajamagram.com. You don't even have to wrap, because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging, and Christmas delivery is guaranteed. So go to pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs. That's 1-800-GIVE-PJs, and tell them Dan and Amy sent you.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Opportunity Project, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
You know what? They do make me feel better. I really do. Like, it has helped me a lot. It gives me energy. They're working out for me, and so I'm really, really happy.
when I first started taking it, someone mentioned my skin, and that was like within like the first couple of weeks, and I thought, wow.
I feel like $1 million. Really love the product. I gotta tell you, I don't no longer have those energy lows at 4 o'clock when I'm falling asleep. I am doing things I ordinarily would not do.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
AM 560. The Answer.
Taking your phone calls all morning long, all week long. Let's go to David, who joins us from McCook. Good morning, David. How are you?
That episode of Twilight Zone also, Bruce, you kind of remind me of Richard Keel a little bit.
Who was Richard Keel? I mean, for the folks at home, because I know, I think.
The big giant 7-footer that said he was to serve man.
All right. Okay. Yeah. David, I'm telling you, it's scary. Do you believe that this is true, this story about the UFO?
I don't know. I'm a skeptic. Bigfoot, aliens, I'm not sure.
Well, I believe in the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, everybody
I
believes
swam
in
with
that.
that thing.
Yeah, sure you did. It was doing the backstroke.
I made out with that thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Your baby was Sasquatch, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
I kind of look like Sasquatch, actually.
I didn't want to say that, but you do, David.
All right, thanks, David, for your phone call. Let's go to Mark, who joins us from Des Plaines, which is a suburb of Mount Prospect. Good morning, Mark. It's true.
Yes, and Amy, I have to comment. You know, your sounds in the background of the pajama commercial, fantastic. But I just have to go back to Sean on the radio. This guy is a loose cannon, guys. I have to tell it to you straight. I mean, we are so fortunate to have Trump in the White House and the things that he's doing for the economy. Okay, I mean, Sean is not a conservative, guys. But anyway, as far as UFOs,
yeah, what do you think?
I don't believe there are any UFOs, but I do believe there is life on other planets. Okay, so have a nice day.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
That's an interesting take that they have not bothered to visit us.
Right.
But they're there.
Wouldn't they want to come and stay here? Wouldn't they want to take part in welfare programs? Because that's what we'd probably put them on.
Maybe if
they came here.
Well, it's possible they're not as advanced as we are, and they are trying to figure out a way to let's meet halfway at Uranus. And I just wanted to say the name of that planet. Okay.
All right. From aliens to embryos. I don't know if this story. I don't know what to think about this because I have some friends who went through in vitro. This is a story about the oldest embryo ever implanted into a woman, Emma Wren Gibson. She was delivered November 25th. She's a result of an embryo originally frozen. Are you ready?
Yeah.
On October 14th, 1992. So her mom, who just gave birth to her, could have been her friend.
I tear up thinking about it because it's just such a blessing. They were like, well, Tina, this is a world record. And I just looked at them and I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, it's been frozen for 24 and a half years. And I was like, are you kidding? If this embryo had been born when it was supposed to have been, I was like, Dr. Heenan, we could have been best friends. I was like, I'm only 25.
I mean, these are like snow babies lingering in icy suspension, potential human lives waiting to be born. This donor, it's because it's an embryo factory. They donated it an anonymous couple so that they could, bring children into somebody's lives.
It's a nice
frozen
sentiment,
for 25 years.
So the mother is
so
a year
creepy.
older than the embryo would have been. It's a nice sentiment. I understand it, but it's kind of creepy to me too. And I have some dumb questions, like these embryos when they're frozen that long. Like when I leave ice cream in the freezer, that gets like freezer burn. I mean, is there like an embryo burn that you can get? And
No, I mean, they went through it. So this is the deal. They went through, your other question. They went through 300 profiles, and they had to choose one, and they chose this embryo.
So these embryos sit around for all this time.
Well, the longest
waiting
embryo,
to be
the longest
gestated.
embryo that came to successful birth was 20 years old. This one, 25 years old. They had 4 embryos. That's the only one that's stuck. The couple's been trying to get pregnant for 7 years. The dad has cystic fibrosis, so infertility is very common. And they were just very happy. And
so here's the thing.
It's kind of odd.
But, and it's really creepy. I mean, do you take the oldest embryos first so that they can become human beings, and then, the other embryos get in line? Are older embryos cheaper? Do you get a discount?
Well, when you're looking for a sperm donor, you get a book. And you read through the profiles.
Don't know.
And
I've
see
never
the
done that.
See the pictures.
I wanted to be a donor.
See the person's picture, and then you choose what you want. This couple, they're small, they're short, and they're very thin. So what they did was they had 300 profiles, and they chose an embryo that came from a woman and a man. Obviously, you know how that works, right?
No, apparently don't.
And the couple was short and thin. So that's what they're looking for, and that just lo and behold, they got 4 of these embryos.
Boy, I tell you, and I know this is a Catholic show, so people aren't.
No,
very
we're
happy.
Catholic,
isn't it? You're not, but Dan.
I'm
is.
Episcopalian, and it's not an Episcopalian show. It's evangelical. Okay, get your religions right. Really,
all right.
Bruce. Oh my God. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Back to aliens. Let's go to Chet, who joins us from Plainfield. Good morning, Chet.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Bruce.
Hi, Chet.
It's just curious to me that aliens are able to travel millions and millions of miles throughout space, and when they get here, they crash.
Yeah.
Like Roswell. How do these people crash?
They don't know how to land the plane. They don't know. They know how to travel a lot, but they don't.
Gravity thing.
No, but Chet. Here's the thing. Apparently, these aliens disappeared. They zipped away. They were just hovering around like the mosquito on the windshield who gets away, apparently. So these aliens did not crash. But, yeah, then there's this story that there's supposedly metal alloys that some of them left. So maybe some of them did crash. Okay. You're right. You raise a good point, Chet.
Somebody texted in on our Turnkey.pro text line, look, it's a UFO. Oh, wait, it's just a bug on the camera lens. And then somebody else texted in, the aliens are just trying to get in before the wall goes up.
Right. If you look at the video, it looks real. These are real Navy commanders. They're not nutcases. So there might be something to it.
All right, Paul, what do you think?
Good morning, both of you. I think it's Marshall Applewhite come to greet us again.
Sure.
It's like got a purple hue around that that ship. If you remember from 20 years ago, Heaven's Gate, they were all eunuchs, and maybe he's come back to visit.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Let's go to John, who joins us from Southwest Michigan. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How are you two doing?
Good.
Good. So I hesitated to call because I know that people are going to think, it's a little wacky. But I did catch a little bit of what was on last night. Unfortunately, I fell asleep, and then I heard you guys talking about it, so I thought I would call in. So 3 years ago, we lived in a little rural area. It was my wife and another couple on a Saturday night, and we saw not one, not two, but 3. And it was awe-inspiring. I've really not shared this with many people, but it was just a big orb of light, I would say maybe the size of a bus, that came, it hovered. I don't know what powered it because the trees didn't move. There was no sound. And then it shot, and when I say shot, it moved like nothing. I mean, we don't have airplanes, we don't have spaceships, we don't have missiles that move this fast.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask you this question, John. First of all, I mean, how far above the ground was it when you say it hovered? How close was it to you?
I'm going to say less than 100 yards. It was right over the tree line.
By the way, folks, you're listening to the Art Bell Show, and we're overnights here on WIND right now. No, I mean, you understand that we are a little bit skeptical here, because,
I know you are.
Yes.
I was skeptical. And what's really weird, because we Googled it, I'm standing there with a phone in my pocket, mesmerized. This took probably 3 to 4 minutes, but every time, I'm saying to the guy, Paul, I'm like, Jesus, look at this, Paul. And he's like, well, look at that. There's another one coming, same trajectory. It stopped. It hovered like it was looking at us, and then it shot off. But, you lose sight of an airplane. These you didn't lose sight of. They went into the atmosphere. And I know I sound like a whack job.
Well, they were the size of a bus. What did they look like? Other the color of it?
It was just like an oblong orange orb of energy. That's all I can explain.
Right. And had you been drinking at the time, John?
No, no. We were all 4 adults, all college educated.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, we said, okay, what did we see? My wife was trying to say it was those balloons that they light, and we. The only thing I can think.
Is it possible, John, that there was a gas station opening about, a mile away, and you were just looking at a searchlight for it?
No, God,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
So 2 things that were interesting. One, we were the only ones that saw it. Okay, I mean, we Googled it. Something like that big, you would think would have made the paper.
Right.
We weren't hallucinating. We saw one another at a graduation party the next day, and I said, okay, let's just recap. What
Okay.
did we see?
John, I don't mean to cut you short, but we're up against the clock here. So
that's fine.
No, it's not important that you saw the most important thing in the history of man because we got to get to the news. So
thanks, John. We'll be talking about this tomorrow too. Feel free to
Thank you,
call
John.
in and
We
tell us
appreciate
your
the call.
story. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, Holiday House. You have to see to believe. It could be a UFO. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
President Trump talking with reporters today. If the House passes that GOP tax bill, and very likely they will, the House will vote once again on the measure after the Senate passed the bill last night. The president tweeting this morning he'll talk with reporters around noon Chicago time after that bill passes. Meantime, House Speaker Paul Ryan saying this morning the bill will help working families.
This is about expanding opportunity to people who are striving to make the most of their lives.
House approving that bill yesterday, but again, they have to vote again after a few Democrats in the Senate persuaded the parliamentarian a couple of minor provisions, one impacting homeschoolers, may have violated Senate rules. Senators and members of the White House are working on a deal for so-called Dreamers. Chief of Staff John Kelly met with a half dozen senators at the White House yesterday negotiating a bipartisan package since the president announced in September he would end the DACA program. 12 tourists are dead, including 5 Americans. Their bus crashed in Mexico. It was a bus from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship that flipped along the Caribbean coast on the eastern Yucatan Peninsula yesterday. Former Archbishop accused of shielding priest who molested children is dead. Cardinal Bernard Law died early today at the age of 86. This morning, the Pittsburgh City Council is taking away tools from wild animal trainers. The council passing an ordinance banning more than a dozen items used to train and control wild animals. Among them, electric prods, pitchforks, whips, and muzzles. 8:34 is our time, and in Chicago sports last night, Bulls were prepping for another miracle. They take on the Magic tonight at the United Center. That would be their 7th straight win, while the Hawks go for his 6th straight win tomorrow night. Eastern Illinois trim Western Illinois by 1, 78-77 in college hoops. Illinois State beat UIC 71-70. Northwestern ran away from Lewis University. The news this hour is a service of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism. Leave your daily routine behind and head to the Cayman Islands on United Airlines. Less than a 4-hour nonstop flight from Chicago, award-winning 7 Mile Beach, diving, and more await in the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Book your Cayman vacation at unitedvacations.com/Cayman. 8:35, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
Liberty Mutual presents worry-free music moments. Switching to Liberty Mutual could save you $782 on the perfect home and auto insurance for your needs, so you can feel good about the family budget and the massage you're about to treat yourself to.
This is awesome.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide survey of new customers. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Jerry Kerrigan, one of the owners of F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing Company, a third-generation family-run business. Our trusted longtime accountant referred us to Signature Bank, and we've never been happier. On one of our first meetings, Signature Bank CEO Mick O'Rourke said, "You worry about running the business, and we'll take care of everything else." Since that initial meeting, Signature Bank has lived up to every promise they've made. The decision-making is local, the staff is consistent, and the service is outstanding. F.J. Kerrigan Plumbing understands the value of long-term customer relationships, and we plan to be a customer of Signature Bank for a long time to come.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It is 8:37. It means it's time to check the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The Edens running 20 minutes either way between Lake Hook and Montrose. In Mount Kennedy, delays Irving Park to the Hubbard Tunnel. 45 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 35 from Montrose, 26 in the Express. Outbound 10 minutes to Montrose, 27 to the airport. About Eisenhower after a crash at Des Plaines Avenue. Things are improving again. 50 minutes, 390 to downtown. 33 from Manheim. Outbound 35 minutes to 390. Stevenson, 54 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 36. On Ryan, 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. Tri-State delays are northbound. 83rd Street toll to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan tollway to North Avenue. Veterans Memorial, heavy southbound. Army Trail toll to St. Charles. Northbound Maple to the Reagan tollway, and from the Army Trail toll to 290. Other tollways are good. Eastbound I-80 has delays. Briggs to before Cherry Hill with a reported crash. Northwest Indiana spot. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Partly sunny and colder today, high near 38. 29 overnight. We'll have clouds and 40 tomorrow. Currently partly sunny and 30. Next news coming up at 9. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Empowered Investing, the show dedicated to investors. Heard Saturdays at noon right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Varicose and spider veins. Wow, what a gift from my mom. She had them, I got them, and not only are they uncomfortable and sometimes painful, but I stopped wearing skirts and shorts because I was embarrassed and I really hated the way my legs looked. When my kids asked me, "What are those things on your legs?" I was done. I finally went to Vein Clinics of America. The procedure took about an hour and I was right back to work. What they're doing with lasers these days is unbelievable. The staff made me feel so comfortable, and the results, well, even my husband has noticed. Vein Clinics of America has been treating vein disease for over 35 years. They're the largest and most experienced in the U.S. Look, I've been doing the commercials for Vein Clinics for years because I really believe in them, and you can trust them too. The best part, my insurance covered the procedure, so stop hiding your legs. Call Vein Clinics of America right now for your free consultation. Call 800-960-0303. 800-960-0303. That's 800-960-0303.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
Hey, before you read about it on Facebook or Twitter, well, hear about it from your friends. Find out what today's big stories really mean with me, Sean Hannity, today at 2, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, real quick, Reverend Paul Hall, we had him on during our 7:37 hour and gotten a lot of text messages. People want to know, where they can go, what they can do. The address is 10140 South Halstead, 10140 South Halstead. It is a community center. It looks like a gym. It looks like a gymnasium. It doesn't look like a church, and it is on Halstead. And you call this number, 773-298-1209. That's 773-298-1209. Call them right when you're out front, and you don't even have to get out of your car. They'll come, they'll take your stuff, and they'll give it to people in need. Again, 10140 South Halstead. And thanks for your help. 'Tis the season for people to put up their Christmas lights. And one man, Brian Larson, he lives in Elburn, Illinois, has quite the show going on. This is what it sounds like, Bruce, if you stand in front of his house. see the lights flashing?
I'm looking at the website. I cannot believe this display. I've been to Sauganash. I've been to the light show that's in, Hawthorne, near Hawthorne Mall.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to that one. And the one in Sauganash where the guy has the tree that goes through all the floors of his house. It's kind of funny. It's great. It's fantastic. But this is unbelievable.
And the creator of it all is Brian Larson, and he is with us on said Turnkey.pro answer line. Good morning, Mr. Larson. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So how many lights do you have, and what is going on?
Quite a few pixels on this display.
Pardon?
I have about 600,000 total lights on the display. So a lot of lights, a lot of programming.
Did you start small and then grow big, or how did this come to fruition?
Well, 2006 was my first display. Mm-hmm. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I'd sit in the window, and I got a whole 2 cars the entire year, so it's kind of funny. Now I look out my window, and I have 2,000 cars, so over the years it progresses.
Well, have you always been a big Christmas kid? Is that your favorite holiday?
Oh, yes. I live for Christmas. I love Christmas. Think about Christmas year-round.
Well, imagine so, because you got to string up these lights the day after Christmas for the next year. It's 600,000 lights, and your electric bill, I'm going to guess, is $42,000. What's your bill?
No, it's really not bad at all. I mean, it goes up a little bit, but with the pixel technology and LED, it's not terrible at all. I mean, you might see a spike of like $300 to $400 for the entire season.
That's not bad. And then when does this light show begin, and when does it end?
It always begins on Thanksgiving night, and it ends usually the day after New Year's.
Okay. And what about your neighbors? Because that's a lot of lights, and that's a lot of traffic, and that's a lot of song. And have you heard from them?
I try to take care of my neighbors. I mean,
you do it the Chicago way? You make donations?
I wouldn't say I'm getting any Christmas cards or cookies from them, but they're good neighbors.
And so to describe the display, I mean, I'm looking at it myself.
Okay, I need to see this display.
Yeah, just go to Larson's Light Show. Okay. And just describe the display to us.
Well, this display is all new this year. It's all pixel technology. So I actually partnered with Trista Lights, Ryan Cook, and he did all the programming on this one while I set it up. And he's able to do such cool effects with the pixel technology. It's you'd have to see it. It's even hard to describe, but you just can do so much as far as graphics and shapes and rhythm, and I don't know how to explain it unless you see it. It's too hard to explain.
Well, with all these lights, so where do you store this stuff? I mean, like you'd have to get your own. Do you have another house so you could put this stuff in?
We call it the light barn. It's probably a 60 by 30 foot shop that we keep everything in.
Wow! So you're going to continue? You're going to continue to grow this more, bigger and bigger every year?
Yes.
What kind of music do you have this year?
So we dub our own music, or we'll share off of YouTube music files. So every year we try to change it up so it's not the same thing every year. So this year it's hard when you're doing programming. You need songs that have a lot of beat and rhythm to them. So slower songs like the classics and Silent Night, and they just don't program well. So it's always a struggle to try to keep the music fresh and new for each year.
So the Larson Light Show, when did it begin? You said 2000 and what?
2006. I didn't really advertise that year, but that's when I first did it.
Okay. And then how long does it take to set up this Larson Light Show? Because I see a large crane on top of your house.
The ball?
Yeah.
The mega ball this year I started building in June. Wow. And I started setting the display up late June, early July. And then I finished right before the beginning of November.
Okay.
And is this like a neighborhood?
No, I'm in the country, so I have basically 3 neighbors, and the rest is just cornfield and open space.
Okay. Well, when people come, because I know they're coming by the hundreds, even by the thousands, is there a parking spot for them to just soak it all in, or is it a drive-by situation?
So the traffic, as it backs up, I have a parking area, a gravel little area that I use for storage and landscaping during the summer. So during the winter season, during the show, we clear the landscaping stuff out, and I'm able to hold 70 cars in there.
Wow. Are you ever wondering if, like, 3 wise men are going to come along bringing frankincense and myrrh to you? Is it? I mean, it's really colossal. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm proud of it this year. It's a good show. It's good for families, and I think a lot of people get enjoyment out of it. We love reading the people's texts, the social media stuff, and it's been fun.
All right, so Larson Light Show, that's where you can go to see it for yourself. And it's just a short drive to Elburn, Illinois. What's the closest city to Elburn? Do we have a producer?
We're actually Campton Hills. We're actually in Campton Hills, but it's very close to Elburn and St. Charles.
It's a suburb of St. Charles, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Larson's Light Show.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
You too. What do you think if you were his neighbor? Huh?
Well, it's in a big area.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure he's got an agreement worked out with.
Well, yeah,
the
he
neighbors.
said he's worked things out. In Chicago, we call that bags of cash. And Brian Larson joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
La 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 ka-ching.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper, hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, Bruce. Oh, somebody texted in. They wanted you to do your, Cliff or chit chat.
Hello.
Now are you?
I don't even know how to turn my microphone.
No,
on.
I know. You got a sliding button there.
They probably want Cliff for the weather.
You need to do Cliff then.
All right, we'll do that because in an instant request right here. Today, partly sunny and colder, a high of 38. Tonight, becoming cloudy, a low of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy, high of 40. Low tomorrow night, 34. Friday, cloudy with spotty drizzle. That was my radio name back in the day. High of 41. Low Friday night, 30. And the weather was brought to you by Salerno Butter Cookies. Now it's time for the traffic with Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Cliff and Amy. Kennedy inbound. Laser from Irving Park to the Hubbard Tunnel. 45 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 35 from Montrose. 28 in the Express. Outbound 10 minutes to Montrose. 27 to the airport. Edens is fine inbound. Outbound 2-minute delay Montrose to Cicero. Inbound Eisenhower. 47 minutes. 390 to downtown. 31 from Mannheim. Outbound 31 to 390. Stevenson 49 minutes. 355 to the drive. Outbound now clear. Ryan is 32 minutes. 95th to the loop. Lakeshore Drive delay is southbound Irving Park to North Avenue, northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Northbound Tri-State stop and go. The 83rd Street toll, Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan tollway to North Avenue, northbound Veterans Memorial. Delays are from the Army Trail toll to 290. The other tollways are good. Northwest Indiana just fine. I'm Jim Talamonte and the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Hey, Butch, all I ever see you eat is raw meat, whiskey, and an occasional bowl of rusty nails. Now, I know you're tough, but with your diet, what's your secret to avoiding the flu?
Jim, this is between us. You hear?
Sure, Butch, you can trust me.
Well, I take Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. I take them on the go or under the table when no one's looking. It's the only way I'd ever get over 10 real servings of fruits and vegetables.
Is it like a vitamin or something?
No, it's food. They only use real whole ingredients. Not that isolated or synthetic crap you get with all the other guys. This is real stuff, Jim. Real stuff. They sell direct to consumers and ship right to your door, free of charge.
Well, Buckaroo, how do I get them?
Call them at 1-800-2468-751. Write it down, Jim, before someone sees me. It's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code WAGON for a special offer.
Hey, if you haven't still bought all your Christmas gifts, here's what I recommend. Buy some MyPillows and keep one for yourself. The MyPillow buy one, get one free offer is going on now just in time for Christmas. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage. By using the promo code Joe, you'll get the absolute best deal available. I really love My Pillows. I mean, I get a great night's sleep I move the fill around to give me the comfort I need regardless of whatever sleep position I'm in. I never wake up with a stiff neck or a headache. They're made in America. You can wash and dry them. They're hypoallergenic. Plus, they've got a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, you're supporting a company that gives back. So get your buy one, get one free My Pillows as gifts and keep one for yourself by calling 1-800-489-0201. Use the promo code Joe or visit mypillow.com. That's 1-800-489-0201, promo code Joe.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
Ronald Reagan wisely said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same."
It's important we support companies that share our conservative values. If you are a manufacturer, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. As a software and systems integration company, Automated Systems creates custom solutions to make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. It doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, Automated Systems delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you, man, to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit automatedsys.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI.
AM 560, The Answer.
Come on, sing the song, Bruce.
It hurts so bad.
Hurts so good.
Ba, 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 ba.
Real quick, that Chick-fil-A story that you poo-pooed.
Yes.
Well, they're a Christian company.
Yeah.
And they always are being criticized for being a Christian company.
Yeah.
But now they're being praised for doing a Christian act.
Right.
On Sunday during that massive power outage at Atlanta airport.
Yeah.
And guess what they did?
They opened up on a Sunday. They violated their own rules.
Yep.
Because,
and they jumped into action and they served people sandwiches that evening because people were starving.
Right. Because that's the thing you do at that point.
Yep.
Yes, they're great. They're great people.
He
I
made
just
do,
poo-pooed
the
the
founder-
story because, where's the tag for us?
Well, the founder, Truett Cathy, I mean, he made due to his Christian faith
Yeah.
and desire to give employees time with their families and a day of rest. But he said, this is the day that we need to help those in need. So good
And
for
they
him.
did. Bravo.
Yes. Tamara Holder. Tamara, what do you call her? Tamara Hall? Holder?
You say, yeah, Tamara Hall.
Tamara.
Exactly. Yeah, they're all the same. She worked for Fox.
Uh-huh.
She claims sexual harassment. I believe the story. As a matter of fact, it sounds
Is
pretty
it
gross.
executive producer?
Some executive producer, whatever, brought her into his office and took his member out and wanted her to touch it.
That's what we're calling it now?
Yeah, something
the member?
like that.
My member?
For members only. And the thing is I may have to recuse myself from this discussion because I've actually worked with Tamara. You say
Holder. Tamara Holder.
Dan and I actually did shows with her at the other station and politics. I think I once did a show with her myself just talking about the elections, and everything always came back to her boyfriends. It's almost like,
Really?
Mitt Romney, a guy when he is about to dump you after you've given your whole soul to him. Everything was about her boyfriends. And Dan and I were looking at each other like, who is this? She's a little bit off. Now, this doesn't mean she wasn't
No, she wasn't
harassed.
assaulted. But,
Yeah.
well, all right, so here's the deal. Rupert Murdoch was interviewed by a British television station, and he talked about all the sex scandals of Fox.
Sort of over the years, but isolated instance. As soon as we investigated, he was out of the place in hours. Well, 3 or 4 days. And there's been nothing else since then. Now, of course, but that was largely political because we're conservative. Now, of course, all the liberals are going down the drain. NBC's in deep trouble, CBS, their stars.
I mean, saying that this is political because we're a conservative station, that has nothing to do with anything. Well, since he spoke, Tamara Holder said, well, now that gives me liberty to speak because she signed an agreement. What's it called?
Non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure.
Yeah.
But since he talked about it, now she can talk about it. Oh, she fired back all right.
Fox News ruined people's lives. He ruined my life. I don't have a job in TV anymore because the place that he has secured down, like Fort Knox, allowed abusive predators to prey on women who just wanted to work. That is not nonsense. This is people's lives. He said it wasn't just Roger. Well, we don't need to name names. We all know that it wasn't just Roger. He said nothing more since then. That's a lie. We also know that Bill O'Reilly paid $30+ million to somebody, and then, of course, they rehired him after that. Largely political. I want to say something. I gave up my law practice to go to Fox News in New York, to work for Fox News as a Democrat, to be a sports commentator, a legal commentator, all of those things. I wasn't planted by Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi. None of us were. We just wanted to work. And when we came out and spoke out, this had nothing to do with politics. This had to do with something that Mr. Murdoch knows every day.
All right. Yeah, like I say, no, you know what? And I'm not discounting. I believe everything that she says. I believe that this happened. But I'm just telling you from my personal experience. It's like, you know how this is like when a guy dumps you? I mean, that's what it was all about, her boyfriends.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
What is us?
Us is a foundation.
Us is the future.
Us is a bond. But right now, that bond is fraying. And we need a place that could make it whole.
From diabetes prevention to safety around water.
The why fills the gaps.
And bridges our divides.
But they can't do it without us.
Donate today.
Because where there's a why, there's an us.
Read by members of the Y.
The Y, for a better us.
People make your business work. But how do you find the right talent? ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100